What's going on, everybody? John here with you. Going to be getting set for opening puck drop here in between the Edmonton Oilers and St. Louis Blues. So before we do that, let me give you your starting lineups and assessments. So starting lineups for the Edmonton Oilers, they're 3-3 on the season. It's going to be Connor McDavid, RNH, with Zach Hyman, Darnell Nurse, and Cody Ceci will run on the first line defense. Leon Draisaitl with Evander Kane and Kari Yamamoto, and then it's Ryan Murray and Evan Bouchard in the second line defense. Ryan McLeod, Warren Foegele, and Jesse Puljujärvi, and then Derek Ryan, Devin Shore, and Marcus Niederlehmann with Brett Kulak and Tyson Barrie. It's going to be Stuart Skinner getting the start in net tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. And for the St. Louis Blues, it sounds like this. The captain, Ryan O'Reilly, with Ivan Barbashev and Jordan Kyrou, Nick Leddy and Colton Parayko. Robert Thomas, Braden Shen, and Vladimir Tarasenko. Second line defense for Craig Berube's squad will be Torrey Krug and Justin Falk. Logan Brown, Jake Neighbors, and Tyler Pitlick. So it's the first look for me to look at Jake Neighbors. And then Nola Chari, Alexei Tropchenko, and Nathan Walker, with Miko Scandella and Robert Bertuzza. Jordan Binnington will be in net. So there should be a good contest in between both squads. And for the St. Louis Blues, it's just their fourth game on the season. St. Louis Blues, before we get into the puck drop, again, I'll do that in another section. Just want to make the mention here that they're beat up a little bit. So Pavel Buchnevich and Brandon Saad, both upper body injuries, will be day-to-day. But Scott Perunovich and Marco Scandella are in the spot where they're going to be out probably toward the end of the season, probably March and April. So they're going to be missing some pieces here. St. Louis Blues, last time they played the Edmonton Oilers, they beat them 2-0 at Rogers Place. They went 2-1 on the 3-game road trip, coming off of a 4-0 loss to the Winnipeg Jets. And the Edmonton Oilers, 3-3 on the season with Jay Woodcroft. They're coming off a 5-3 win again over Vancouver. But again, who hasn't beaten Vancouver in this season? So when we come back, we'll get into the official action and get things started.
You want that? Yeah, I know.
I'm good.
You good?
Now the Blues and Boeing ask you to rise, remove your caps, and welcome Jordan Davey to sing "Oh Canada."
All right, we're going through the national anthems right now, the Canadian and United States national anthem here, so I will get everything set up here for you. I got the starting lineups all taken care of. So again, Edmonton Oilers 3-3 on the season. St. Louis Blues 3-1. It's going to be Stuart Skinner in goal tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, and then Jordan Binnington in goal for the St. Louis Blues. So Stuart Skinner, his record is pretty decent actually. 0-1 on the season, but 168 goals against, 944 save percentage. So Stuart Skinner was the one that got the loss against Buffalo 4-2, but he also appeared in the Calgary game when Jack Campbell got pulled after giving up 4 goals. So Stuart Skinner's been decent. He hasn't had a lot of time. Jack Campbell's kind of been a little so-so here for Edmonton. So get a chance to see what Stuart Skinner is going to look like in a full start. For Edmonton, it sounds like the usual suspects, but what else would you expect? Leon Draisaitl, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. Connor McDavid, 5, 5, and 10. RNH, 3, 4, and 7. And Zach Hyman's got 2 goals, 4 assists, and 6 points. For again the St. Louis Blues and Greg Berube, they're 3-1 on the season. As we mentioned, no Pavel Buchnevich, Saad, Perunovich, and Scandella are going to miss significant time toward the end of the season. Buchnevich and Saad are day-to-day with upper body injuries. Vlad Tarasenko leads the Blues right now in 4 games played with 6 points, 2 goals, and 4 dimes. Braden Shen, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Justin Falk, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. And Robert Thomas has 4 apples on the season right now.
Tragic shooting shocked our entire community. We join our region.
Hey, Tech and God, I appreciate that there, buddy. So this is just going to be a play-by-play of this game tonight. Not exactly sure if I'm going to be able to get the play-by-play for tomorrow's contest. I do want to spend some time with the fiance, but there's been a little bit of a COVID outbreak there, so I had to kind of stay away from that situation. So I'm just been in lockdown here on my own side, getting this stuff done. So I appreciate it when you follow along.
And show our support for their families during this difficult time.
Moment of silence here for what I must have missed a current event there in St. Louis, or a current shooting. So they have that in there as well. So it's good to see that everybody's actually taking that time and taking it seriously as we were going through the national anthems. And at Enterprise, they went through the American national anthem. They had a moment of silence. Now they're going to do the Canadian national anthem. So at Enterprise, for these fans, it's been a little while since they've actually seen their team. So they opened the season in Enterprise with a win over Columbus. Then they went on the road for 3 straight. And again, for St. Louis, they had a long stretch of days that were off when the NHL season officially kicked off about a week and a half ago on Tuesday, right? When it officially kicked off, not counting the games in Prague, even though they do count. So St. Louis, this is only their 2nd game at home this season. So one of the few teams that's barely played any home cooking here when you go on the other end of it. Calgary Flames, again, as we mentioned in last night's contest, 9 of 10 are at Scotiabank Saddledome, and 10 of 10 are in the same province in Alberta. So they're really not leaving the area, while St. Louis really hasn't got a chance to get started at home. The only other hockey score, as this is going on, is to get you updated with the Rangers and the Islanders. Battle of New York, they are scoreless. In NBA Outlook here, it is the Atlanta Hawks and the Detroit Pistons, 62-61 a half. I'm not expecting much. Those are the Pistons this year, as I've said during an earlier broadcast. They are 1 of 3 on the season. Magic and Cavs. Magic looking for their first win. They're 0-4. Cavs got a 4-point lead, 54-50. 38-37 is your score between the Hornets and Knicks. Sixers, Raptors. Raptors all over the Sixers right now, 43-32, although it's early. Nets and Bucks. That's on ESPN, I believe. 23-19 is your score. Bucks trying to go 3-0 on the season. Spurs and Timberwolves really just underway, and Bulls get an 11-8 lead over the Indiana Pacers with 8:49 in the first. Some interesting renditions of both the Canadian and American national anthem. Not saying they're not great, but they're certainly lively. They are their own. So we're going to pull up our depth chart now. We get our rosters in front of us. We should be getting ready for puck drop here momentarily. So Blues and Oilers are going to meet for the second time in less than a week. You're looking at Greg Berube and Jay Woodcroft. I am watching on the ESPN Plus feed here tonight. On the St. Louis side, it's going to be a face-off that is won by Leon Draisaitl, and right to left go the Edmonton Oilers as they clear this one down. Jordan Binnington's got to come out of the goal crease to play this one quickly. Edmonton will intercept. Evander Kane's going to wait in the high slot, but he's going to have to wait a little longer as the puck gets cleared down the ice, and it gets immediately iced. So no changes really yet to be made for either team, as it's really just 1942 left to go here in the first period. Glad you can join me here for tonight's contest, as you've noticed on the Twitter Spaces side here today, and also on YouTube per usual. But game starts out an hour earlier every subsequent game here, from the Toronto-Vegas game that's starting at 10:30 from Monday, and then the 9:30 start between Calgary and Pittsburgh. Now we got a pretty much 8:15 start between the Oilers and Blues. There's only two other hockey games on tonight. This is one of the only other ones that isn't going to be televised, I believe. Well, on the main thing for TNT side of it. So I'm going to watch on the ESPN side here with you tonight. Edmonton Oilers now trying to race around in their own end, trying to get something going. And the Blues trying to cut them off near the left side wall. Darnell Nurse will send this in wide, and Binnington will watch it go by as he's holding onto the right post. Edmonton still trying to work with it right now as they clear this down. The red line, do the Blues. Picked up by a chance for Connor McDavid. He flubbed on the puck there a little bit. Jordan Kyrou going to have to try to fight him off near the right side face-off circle. Picked up now by Parayko. He's going to get this one down to Jordan Kyrou, flying down the right face-off circle. Kulak will cut him off. Kyrou still holding on the left side. Kulak falls down inconceivably. Somebody lost a stick there on the Edmonton side. They're going to go ahead and take a change, and the St. Louis Blues will oblige. They're going to do the same. 18:30 left to go in this first period right now. We're really just getting underway at Enterprise Center, St. Louis, Missouri. It's only the second home game of the Blues this season right now. They're 3-1. The Edmonton Oilers are 3-3 right now. Again, the Blues had a long layoff to start the season when about a week and a half on Tuesday when most people officially kicked off, not counting the games in Prague between the Nashville Predators and the San Jose Sharks. Blues have had some extended time off, so this is only the second game the home fans actually watch their team, which would be a strong contender in the Western Conference. So this gets picked off. Evander Kane is going to be waiting on the left circle side as Hyman and Yamamoto come together. This is picked up now by Robert Bertuzzo. Bertuzzo will get this across. Pitlick waiting in the open side, but instead he's going to go ahead and take a change. And now Edmonton will clear this one down. They got Kulak and Tyson Barrie out there right now for Jay Woodcroft's squad on the defensive side. And the Blues will pick this up through their own end. Have to get chopped at there by Walker. Scott Walker will play this as this goes back for Yamamoto. Yamamoto will get it now. Here's a chance for a 2-on-1. Jesse Puljujärvi lets the shot go 5-hole. And Jordan Binnington was able to see it all the way. He stayed poised and made the save. So it's only the first shot on goal for either team. Edmonton got a 1-0 advantage in that, and we are still scoreless early here. 17:23 left to go in the first period. So John out here with you from Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you for joining me here today. I may or may not be around for tomorrow's game in between the Detroit Red Wings and the Boston Bruins. But again, that should be about a 7:15 start if I'm able to do that tomorrow. But other than that, between Friday and Saturday, we should be able to cover the World Series and maybe I'll get a game in there with Cooper Hopkins. So Bertuzzo now getting stuck to the right side of the red line. Picked up now by the Blues as they bank this off the kick plate and across the red line now. And this gets Alexei Travchenko and Ceci collide, and the puck goes up and out of play, so it's going to be a neutral zone draw with 17:04 left to go in the first. So for St. Louis, you think about the Central Division in the West, and they're always up there. And when you think about, let's say, Colorado and Minnesota last season. St. Louis had the second seed. Minnesota had the third seed. Minnesota's off to a tough start this year with their goaltending and their defense. They got to get that together. But St. Louis is one of the deepest teams that they have. It's going to be challenged here a little bit tonight with some of the other injuries going forward. Because again, no Pavel Buchnevich and no Brandon Saad day to day, but Scott Perunovich and Marco Scandella are going to be both out for near toward the end of the season. So a little bit of depth is tested, but that's why Jake Neighbors should be able to get some time tonight. But the first time for me to actually look at that highly touted prospect as Greg Berube looks on. But again, if you're St. Louis, you think about the goaltending situation and Jordan Bennington and Thomas Greiss, you feel good there. You feel good about your defense. Your forwards are continuing to do well. And man, it seems like a legacy ago, and it was just last year when Vladimir Tarasenko could have been picked up by the Seattle Kraken as he was exposed in the expansion draft. And St. Louis and Vlad Tarasenko turned out to be one of the best players on that team and one of the best teams in the league. So Darnell Nurse will get this now as Evander Kane tries to get in there deep for the Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton has really been guilty this year so far of not starting on time like a lot of the Canadian teams, and we'll see how they do tonight. This goes all the way back to Stuart Skinner. Stuart Skinner will play this here with Darnell Nurse. It's Darnell Nurse and Cody Ceci out there right now for Jay Woodcroft squad, first line defense. Still trying to get around Braden Shen. Darnell Nurse going to take the middle now. He's going to continue to skate, try to leave it here for Evander Kane. And that got picked up now by Colton Parayko. Torrey Krug will pass this one across. He's going to try to pick this up now. Parayko's going to have to peel back. Jordan Bennington will watch this one go by. He just wanted to make sure that Colton Parayko had a piece of it. Colton Parayko now racing left to right across your timeline. That one's going to get banked in off the right side red line. So the Blues are in the blue with the gold and white piping there, and the Edmonton Oilers are in the white jerseys on the tops. The Blues will be going left to right in this period. Picked up now for McLeod. Cody McLeod has it now. He's going to crisscross this one. Yamamoto, long wrist shot, a huge rebound, but this was safely picked up there by Colton Parayko. Pass gets intercepted. Here come the Edmonton Oilers now. Drop pass. Here's a chance for Hyman. He's going to let that one go. And that was saved there by Jordan Bennington as we get a stoppage with 15-19 left to go in this first period. Sean, what's going on, buddy? I'm going on Twitter Spaces here today and YouTube per usual. And I know I saw your message as far as what you wanted to start as a show and things like that. I'll have to get back to you when things quiet down a little bit. Maybe I'll check into that on tomorrow or when some of the stuff isn't going on with the World Series if you want to talk about some other things. Again, if it's Lions related, there isn't much to talk about, but if it's basketball and certain other things, I guess we can go for a league perspective. So Edmonton Oilers win this draw, and now this is picked up by Walker. Alexei Tropchenko going to dump this one in. It bounces off the stick of Stuart Skinner, and now the St. Louis Blues will pick this up into the neutral zone as it gets knocked out of play again. 14:54 left to go in the first. John Andre with you from Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. It's my first look at the St. Louis Blues this year. Got a chance to cover them a couple times in the playoffs there on the Colorcast side. Pretty good team all the way across the board. Edmonton we've seen more than a few times because anytime you see Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, you keep those eyes and ears open. So RNH wins the draw clean as this goes back there to the Edmonton Oilers. So that was Evan Bouchard. We'll play this one down, and it's going to be ice. So Oilers cannot change. So, again, I got to get my defensive pairing straight. It's Darnell Nurse with Cody Ceci, Ryan Murray, Evan Bouchard, and Brett Kulak, and Tyson Berry. I will keep my eyes open for that. As there's been a little bit of shuffling there, more injuries here for the St. Louis Blues to start the year, but they have a 4-1-1 record in the last 6 home games against the Oilers. Again, they're showing Pavel Buchnevich placed on injured reserve. That's a big loss for them. Robert Thomas have a chance in there with RNH, but Thomas going to get kicked off, so that's going to bring in Braden Shen. So forward against the center, and the center wins the draw per usual, as you would expect. Cody Ceci now trying to play this. Here's a shot. Blues right on front. Stuart Skinner makes the save, and Vlad Tarasenko, Vlad the Impalers got it now. The right side dot. Try to get corralled off there by Murray. Picked up now by Connor McDavid. He's going to hold near the right side dot. Hyman back to McDavid. McDavid will crisscross. Ceci going to let a shot go. Try to get corralled by Darnell Nurse near the left side faceoff dot. And now this is a chance for Tarasenko to clear this one out. He had to elude the bowling pins there of Connor McDavid. He's got the speed. He's got the wheels trait. If you follow along on the NHL EA Sports side, although the game has gone downhill ever since then. But here comes McDavid and through his own end with a long pass. Hyman with a breakup. Jesse Pugliarvi now. Warren Fogle trying to hold off the forehand. High loose in the slot and they score! Darnell Nurse, inconceivably, a long shot in the high slot. It was a fortunate wraparound attempt for Warren Fogle. He missed it all. It actually fell to Darnell Nurse in the high slot, and the Edmonton Oilers scored the shot on Binnington, and it's 1-0. Excuse me for the impropriety there of thinking that the shot would not go in, because when you miss a wraparound attempt, or maybe that was blatant pass. It looks on the second thought that was a blatant pass there to Darnell Nurse. You saw him wide open in the high slot, but still, that was a long distance shot that caught everybody by surprise, including your broadcasters. So 4-1. Oilers got the lead 1-0, courtesy of Darnell Nurse and Warren Fogle with the primary assist. So here come the Edmonton Oilers now. The Oilers trying to avenge a 2-0 loss to the St. Louis Blues last week at their home ice at Rogers Place. But now we're watching this one at Enterprise here tonight on ESPN side. I got the Blues feed here tonight. So 2-on-2 developing here. Pitlick gets cut off near the right side red line. Now this is a chance for McLeod to get this one out. The Edmonton Oilers do. They get it safely to the right side faceoff dot. And here's a chance now for McLeod. It's 1-on-3. He's going to like to shoot the shot against Barbashev as it got blocked and up and on a plate. We get a commercial break stoppage. 13-13 left to go in the first. Edmonton Oilers got the 1-0 lead on the St. Louis Blues. Come right back.
Why did I do that whole training?
That wasn't for me. Confidence booster. Not the end portal. I'm getting some carrots.
Serious?
Here's the dragon. You gotta take out the top.
Just taking care of some business here. We're in the middle of a commercial break.
Dirty out online. That's our way to play. Nintendo Switch.
Tudor Dixon, you said a 14-year-old victim of abuse is a perfect example of why you want to be an abortion.
Okay, so this is taken care of here.
Yeah. Perfect example. You want to ban abortion with no exceptions. No exceptions.
Are you for the exemptions for rectal incest?
I am not. And you called the law that criminalizes abortion a good law. A good law? You put nurses and doctors in jail just for doing our job. Tudor Dixon's hardline approach is too dangerous for Michigan.
I'm a New York hotel. I'm looking for someone who likes to be in the middle of it all. You hungry? Yeah, I know a place. It's the city that never sleeps. But hey, if you need the rest, I've got you covered.
So let's take a look at our ESPN box score right now as we're just coming back from a commercial break. It was Darnell Nurse, his third on the season there from Warren Fogle and Jesse Pugliarvi. It's a 1-0 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. 6:07 was the scoring marker. Again, Edmonton trying to go to 4-3 on this season. They're trying to get above 500, not just the NHL 500. With the OT losses, that gets you a point in Gary Bettman's world. So offensive zone face-off win here by the Edmonton Oilers wraparound shot. It gets sticked ahead by Binnington, and he throws it back to Bertuzzo. Bertuzzo now. He's going to try to corral this in their own ends. Black Tarasenko with a long pass for Justin Falk. Falk right in the breadbasket there, Stuart Skinner. Right off the forecheck there, going left to right across the timeline. Falk's going to take no chances. He's going to get St. Louis a shot on the shot board here. It's 4-2. It's Edmonton with a 1-0 lead, courtesy of Darnell Nurse. But the Blues will try to get something going. Again, the Oilers losing about last week 2-0 at Rogers Place. You want to see how that ends up turning around. St. Louis Blues are one of the better teams that they have. So the St. Louis Blues start first of 14 back-to-back this season. That's a lot of them, and there's going to be a lot of days that they get made up. Again, an 82-game schedule for everybody, but sometimes it gets squared away. We're going to get a tripping penalty. This one might go against Robert Murray, as Ivan Barbashev got tripped up there. But because of the 14 back-to-backs, the way that it is, it started so late for St. Louis as far as getting their games in. Where most teams started on Tuesday, St. Louis Blues did not start until Saturday. So they're going to have to make up some games. As Ryan Murray is going to get sent to the box for tripping. So Ivan Barbashev, he was tripped near the right side red line. Kind of an inconsequential play there. Probably a poor penalty for Murray to take. We'll see if the St. Louis Blues can take advantage of it. So picked up now. This is going to be McLeod. He's going to try to win the draw. St. Louis Blues will collect, though, as it's Krug. Krug will play this to Vlad Tarasenko, as this is held now to Robert Thomas. Thomas. Here's a chance for Barbashev. It's loose! And the Blues couldn't find it, and it was cleared down the ice there by the Oilers. Somehow, they just couldn't get a stick near the blue paint. So the Blue Nuts will try to go left or right across your timeline here. On their power play, the first of the contest right now for either team, it's a 1-0 lead for the Edmonton Oilers, courtesy of Darnell Nurse. Going to be intercepted there by the Oilers and then picked back up. This is going to be drop pass and set up now for Robert Thomas. Robert Thomas going to weave his way through the traffic. He's going to try to get this back to Jordan Kyrou, now back to his defense. Here's a chance now for Barbashev. What a nice passing play. Goes off of the stick of Skinner. Back to the Blues now, as there was about 5 crisp passes in the high slot. Krug now for Tarasenko. He lets it go. Krug's going to have to get back on his horse and get to the red line. He's going to pick it up at the Blue Note logo. Tarasenko. He got cut off there as Braden Shen holding off the backhand, trying to just get this in. Robert Thomas was holding near the right side blue line, and then it got dumped down as Jordan Binnington will pick this one back up. So it's 35 seconds left to go on the St. Louis Blues power play. They had some good passing there for about 14 seconds, and now the Blues have been able to really set up here. Here's a chance for Krug. He's going to power play quarterback this thing. He's going to try to go there to Jake Neighbors. Jake Neighbors is going to lose it there off of a inauspicious pass. It went right into McLeod. McLeod is just going to kill some time. Blues fans can't be happy with this, but again, I wouldn't think there'd be too much booing here. It's just the second game at home here for St. Louis, as Edmonton continues to kill time from the St. Louis power play. Can't get out of their own zone. Now here's Krug. It's 1-on-3. He lost it in between 3 Oilers skates, but it's picked up there by Krug and intercepted. Now the Oilers return to full strength, but it's in the zone, in the office behind Stuart Skinner. Now near the left side dot. This goes back to Barbashev. Barbashev now with Shen. Barbashev will pick this one up. Centered out in front, but it was just a bunch of Oilers that were there in full. Trying to keep this alive. The blue line, he cannot. He will go back and check up through the red line. 10:25 left to go in the first period. John Underwood in the call from St. Louis, Missouri, and Enterprise Center. We're getting close to the halfway marker of this first period. It's been a fast-moving one at that. Not a lot of action going on between these two teams right now. Evan Bouchard canceled off the puck there by St. Louis. Here's a chance for Tropchenko. Alexei Tropchenko will hit this off the kick play, trying to get this one ahead here for Colton Parayko. RNH will intercept. He's going to wait near the right side faceoff dot. He's got the duck. This one is going to go back and be touched up by the Blues, where they're going to get called by the penalty. So when we come back, we're going to sort out what the penalty is, and Edmonton's dangerous power play will go ahead and go to work with 19:55 left to go in the first as Volachari goes to the box. Come right back.
Do you need time to pass? Banners to rise? Statues to be built? To know that these guys, this moment, is special. Maybe you already
Still waiting as one of the other hockey games that is underway. It is now still 0-0 with 18:05 left to go in the second. Just got the second stanza really underway between the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders in the Battle of New York. The Rangers off to an okay start here, 3-2-2 on the season. The New York Islanders 2-4. The only other game that's going to be going on is on TNT at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be Tampa Bay and the Anaheim Ducks. The Anaheim Ducks finally getting a chance to come back home after not picking up a win during the 5-game homestand, but their reward is playing Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay off to a slow start, but again, that's okay. The way Tampa or Colorado is, you would expect those teams to be there in the end. They're 3-4 on the season. Anaheim just 1-4-1. They have just 3 points in 6 games played.
Nintendo Switch.
So we'll see what goes on here for Jay Woodcroft, Scott, as you would expect on the power play, as we're just going to be getting back from another break. We're more than halfway through the first period here. It's a 1-0 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. But for Jay Woodcroft, you got Leon Draisaitl and usually Connor McDavid on that same power play. There was a hook and hold there by Noel Acciari, and that was the previous look at, and that's why he went to the box. It's going to put the Edmonton Oilers on the power play. So we're going to get close to back underneath the action right now. So Draisaitl is going to take the draw. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is out there as well. So Draisaitl, he's going to get set for this puck drop here. He does win it in between some skate blades there as Tyson Barrie will pick it up. He's usually the power play quarterback there. So McDavid, Barrie, Nugent-Hopkins into the screen. It's loose there for Evander Kane, but he got cut off there with a couple active stick checks by the St. Louis Blues, but Evander Kane still trying to work with this near the left side red line. Picked up by RNH. Tyson Barrie will get it back near the high slot near the left side blue line, and now this goes a chance for Leon Draisaitl. He's holding near the left side face-off. The cross pass there for Connor McDavid, number 97. He's going to hold on right now near the right side dot. He's still surveying, still holding, waiting for a pass, waiting for everybody to get set up there, and RNH couldn't locate the puck as Binnington was able to knock it aside. Still kept inside. Draisaitl has it in the high slot. He's going to be patient. Crisscross there with RNH. And now Connor McDavid. He lets it go quickly. Draisaitl will pick this up near the left side faceoff dot as Edmonton's still with it. They've had the whole minute in the zone right now, St. Louis says, since they've won the draw. Evander Kane. Here's a chance back to Evander Kane from McDavid. He's at the right faceoff dot. Bomb there for Barrie into the screen, but a hit Evander Kane. And can the Edmonton Oilers still keep it in? Yes, they can. Here's a chance now as Evander Kane will set this one back up. RNH. There's a chance now as this goes back between RNH and Draisaitl. Picked up now by RNH. Here's McDavid with a bomb. And Draisaitl lost it in between his skates. RNH now. Here's a chance for McDavid. As Draisaitl cross pass to McDavid, but somehow he couldn't put a stick on it. And another shot just at the outside of the post there from Draisaitl. So McDavid, I thought he had it a couple times, still kept in with the glove hand by Barrie. It's been the whole entire 2 minutes tipped out in front, and Edmonton still gets a chance to pick it. Still 10 seconds to go on their power play. Cross pass McDavid, trying to pick it up in between his skates. This is the second time he bobbled it inconceivably. I thought he could have already had a goal. And here's McDavid. He's going to look out for Evander Kane in front of the net. Draisaitl down to a knee, still plays it, tries to get it to McDavid. St. Louis Blues finally get it out of the zone. It was the entire 2 minutes for the Edmonton Oilers, and they were dangerous the entire time. And now it looks like this is going to be a cross pass there. Momentary whistles inadvertently, but this was a cross pass and a shot for Vladimir Tarasenko, and it was stopped by Stuart Skinner. So maybe you could even argue one of the best chances came after the penalty kill of Bertuzzo. Crossed it to Vlad Tarasenko, and a good save out of midair there by Stuart Skinner as he held, but not kidding you, the entire 2 minutes were all in the zone, and Connor McDavid, for as good as he is, I mean, you saw the highlight maybe a couple days ago if you follow along on NHL, on Twitter and social media, where you had McDavid pretty much just doing the stick drag when he was bouncing it like that and keeping it alive. There was a couple times it didn't even bounce to his skate, and the hand-eye coordination didn't connect inconceivably from a Draisaitl pass. So I think St. Louis Blues are probably fortunate to not be down 2-0, considering giving McDavid those opportunities, and he couldn't finish. So now off a clear, and that's going to count as a shot. So it's going to be another St. Louis offensive zone draw. It's 8-5 on the shot board, and the advantage were the Oilers. But most importantly, where the Oilers have the advantage, it's 1-0. Courtesy of Darnell Nurse. 7:24 left to go in this first period. John on here with you from Enterprise Center, St. Louis. This is a offensive zone draw loss, as the Oilers will get this one down across the red line now. Again, the Oilers trying to avenge a 2-0 loss from last week when these guys met at Rogers Place. So getting a chance to do something so again so quickly and so preeminent early in this season should be a good matchup between these two teams who you would expect to do a lot of damage in the Western Conference. But I was one of those ones all told. I'm just going to tell you in all honesty, I thought the Edmonton Oilers weren't going to be able to sustain everything that they did. But in the playoffs, they definitely went on a run, and they went to the Western Conference Final where they got swept by the eventual Stanley Cup champions and the Colorado Avalanche. They're off to a slow start now, but you would think after last season that Edmonton and Jay Woodcroft, since coming over and getting the head coaching job, they've been a better team and they can pick this up, especially when you got two of the best players in the entire world. Connor McDavid probably number one and Leon Draisaitl not far behind. This gets tipped by Bouchard, and Jordan Binnington's going to pick this up and hold with 7 minutes left to go in the first. 9-5 on the shot board. Edmonton Oilers still have the lead as Jesse Puljujärvi with Evan Bouchard. Puljujärvi looking for the tip. That was a good deflection, but it was fought off by Binnington and then gloved immediately. So taking a look at right now, anyone that's following along on Twitter Spaces, anyone that's following around on Colorcast and YouTube side, I humbly appreciate it as this is picked up now, and we're going to have to do this again on the draw. 6:58 left to go in the first. Binnington looks on. Binnington has been exceptional so far this year. Again, it's been a battle of who was going to have the net last year, and Jordan Binnington 3-0-0 on the season with 165 goals against and a .940 save percentage with a shutout. So he's been about as good as advertised right now. Kulak will dump this in deep, and now here's a chance for the Edmonton Oilers to get something going on offense. Their power play was absolutely dangerous, but somehow they did not score. Kulak tried to keep this in across the blue line. They're going to say it's going to stay in as it bounced off Hyman. Warren Fogle now trying to find it as this gets intercepted, but Tropchenko plays this one just a little bit deeper there and across the red line, and now here's a chance. Tyler Yamamoto off the forehand side, and that had to be staked aside alertly there by Binnington. Not as many goalies are comfortable with playing the puck as well as Binnington is, and he just knocked that aside with the goal stick as it gets sent down the zone a little bit later after that. So CC now with Kulak. They're out there right now for Jay Woodcroft's squad as they're trying to elude some bowling pins of the St. Louis Blues. This gets passed down here for Jordan Kyrou. It's Jordan Kyrou. Here's a chance for Colton Parayko. Lets it go. He shoots it high, and somehow Stuart Skinner locates it before it hit the right side of the bar. That was a good save there, and that was a good-looking shot by Parayko. 5:54 left to go in the first. Edmonton Oilers up 1-0 on St. Louis. Come right back.
You might realize it's time to switch things up. When your sisters come to town and you say, "Oh, yeah, crushed it, little bro." When your friends come over to watch the game. No, when you go to the game. Tell your power move. When you realize your vacation days won't use themselves and it's time for an out of office. Wait. When you're with family, it's never a question of if you'll make it happen. It's when.
When we were a motorized bicycle company, they said, "We'll never be more than that." What will they say next? Power Drinks.
Come on, Mr. Scissors, focus. Jimmy Fox, what's up, my man?
What up, Barry? Got time to chat, Ben?
Yeah. All right, you got set.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, parlay time. What you put? Miami in with
LA, Vegas.
Oh, no.
who's killing that though?
What did Jimmy Fox want?
Oh, I've got no idea. Come on, serve it up.
Just type it in the goal here as far as the game notes. Again, we're going to have the complete game story to follow, hopefulsportsguide.wordpress.com. As always, so I appreciate anyone that checks out the written coverage as well as the play-by-play and the stuff like that on YouTube. So Darnell Nurse from Warren Fogle and Jesse Puljujärvi, that was at 6:07 to open the scoring. It was Fogle that I thought was going for a wraparound attempt, but he went for a wraparound pass in behind the net. It hit Darnell Nurse in the high slot and scored the goal off the wrist shot. And that's where we are right now. Kyrou is going to have to go back and get a new stick here and pick up the lumber as we're still waiting for play to get back into the action. So I will put this back together here with the recorder, following along on YouTube and Twitter Spaces at John Reinach. So Blues have it now. Barbashev, as the Blues win the face-off, this goes a chance for Nicoletti to try to find it now. Again, remember, he's signed from coming over from the Detroit Red Wings last season around the March deadline. So picked up now. Here's a chance for Parayko. Parayko, bomb pass, and therefore Barbashev. Barbashev might get canceled off the puck. And here's a chance for Letty. Letty's going to hold. He's going to let this one go. It's going to get blocked right back to him near the left side dot. It goes around the kick plate now to the right side dot and picked up there by Barbashev. And now here's a chance for Draisaitl. He's just going to play one all the way back to Darnell Nurse, the lone goal scorer right now. Got close to 5 minutes left to go in this opening frame as Draisaitl will get this one in deep. Jordan Binnington will watch it go by. Edmonton trying to pick this up now. Draisaitl trying to get open around the high slot. Now he's going to try to help out on the forecheck side. They've got it near the left side red line, do the Edmonton Oilers. But the St. Louis Blues are coming together with Justin Falk to try to break that loose. It's bounced up through the air. Somehow, I think it might have bounced off of the Blues defender, off of Binnington. It's still live right now near the left side red line as this is played around the corner. Parayko will try to pick this one up. Shen will play this now as Falk will pick this up. Here's a chance for Shopchenko, but it went just too far. And Vladimir Tarasenko now will get on this horse with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He tries to cut it away. Darnell Nurse out there with McDavid. McDavid's now got it near the left side faceoff dot, goes back to Nurse. Nurse in through the screen, looking for a tip there from RNH. Where is it? It's stuck near the left side of the post. That's where Binnington hopes right now. Now it's in behind his office. It's loose out in front. RNH got fanned. Stick left out in front. Only momentarily there. Blues bodies are everywhere. This is drowning pool right now as the Blues trying to get this one down the ice and across the red line now. McDavid zigzagging his way through. It's 1-on-4. He takes the long shot in, and this one gets stopped there by Binnington. So Jordan Binnington was holding on to his left post, and on the right side was just a massive humanity. It was Blues bodies all over the place, and it was Edmonton Oilers all behind the net as there was a take a seat moment there from Shen on RNH, but the play was live. RNH still trying to get back up there. Yamamoto and Hyman trying to fire. McDavid trying to find it. Shen able to flip it as we're back underneath the official action now. The Blues win the defensive zone faceoff. This one goes down the ice. It was last touch, so this will not be ice, and the play will continue. Picked up now. The Blues able to intercept to the high slot. That one just missed the left side of the bar. That was a whistler there and a heater there for the wrist shot. And we get a stoppage with 3:32 left to go in the first. One of the Blues are on the men. They're holding their hand right now. Might have got chopped a little bit as it was during play. Taking a look at that right now, I think it was Nico Mikkola that got slapped there a little bit with the stick as he's smart a little bit. So Noah Chari lost the draw to RNH as this gets picked up now by Nurse. Hyman trying to collect. Devin Shore trying to play this to Ryan as the Blues will come back in their own end with Folk and collect. Letty will get this one back around as this goes back toward the right side red line, picked up by the Oilers now. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has it in his own end. He's going to give Stuart Skinner a meet and greet, and then the Oilers will try to break out left to right. Bad pass. Justin Falk has it now. He lost it in between his skates. Blues just trying to keep this one alive. Falk will recollect in between three different Oilers and get a shot on. Now he's in the high side of the left side circle. He lets the wrist shot go. Here's another rebound opportunity as this gets picked up by Brett Kulak now as the Oilers try to settle that one down. That almost turned to be something on a nothing there for the Blues. So the camera trying to locate here on the Blues feed for Bally Sports, and they do, as this is in behind the office of Binnington now. Blues will settle this down with a long outlet pass. It gets last touch there by Edmonton. This goes all the way back to Stuart Skinner. Skinner will play this here to his boards and friends as this goes down near the right side faceoff dot. Picked up by Barbashev. Now here's a chance. Barbashev will pick this one up as he gets canceled off. And now the Oilers trying to break out. It's a 4-on-3 developing here with Evander Kane. Leon Draisaitl loose out of the front. Goal stick is knocked out of the hand of Jordan Binnington. It's inside the net right now. He cannot get to it. So now the Blues trying to get this one down the ice and give Jordan Binnington some time. That will give him some time as they get through the offensive zone right now as Nick Letty comes together into his own man with Ivan Barbashev. Barbashev now just trying to give Letty some space, and Draisaitl now will take his time and take a breath as Edmonton does as well. They have this here into the neutral zone, and now they're going to pass this back into their own end. Darnell Nurse is really going to take his time right now, and St. Louis are going to take some wholesale line changes. Not much is happening over the last 25 seconds as Edmonton is content to just skate in through their own end right now. It's a keep away right now. Darnell Nurse with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. He dumps us in across the red line now. Bennington will watch this go around the lively inboards as Edmonton will intercept. RNH will get this now. Tarasenko waiting near the left side faceoff dot. Edmonton's still with it, but St. Louis can finally collect as they dump this one down with Nick Leddy. This finds Brett Kulak. This bounces off Tarasenko. Here's a chance for Robert Thomas with a series of moves. Good active stick check there by Connor McDavid to get all the way back and bail out his defense because Robert Thomas would have been all alone there on Stuart Skinner, and that could have spelled disaster. Schenn lost it. Here comes McDavid. He's going to turn on the Jets near the right wing side. He's going to beat 3 Blues. He's going to cut in now toward the right side dot and then finally get it sticked away. Connor McDavid was going to turn into a machine just then. Kulak. Now Nurse. Nurse rattles us around the kick play. Jordan Binnington will safely play it to Colton Parayko, his defensive partner. Parayko now will get this here from Leddy as this goes back down to the offensive players here. Shot gets tripped there by Ivan Barbashev. Picked up now by Parayko. He's going to let a wrist shot go. Gets loose out in front. Blues trying to find it there with Tyler Pitlick. Bodies are everywhere. And this goes now for the Edmonton Oilers back in their own end. Here's a chance one more time for Jesse Puljujärvi. He gets canceled off. That's going to end the first period. Darnell Nurse is your goal scorer. 12 shots to 6 in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. We come right back. We'll call the second stanza. Talk to you soon.
This brings us up to that. After we got married, I got very sick. You did to help me walk in bed. And now I'm back. It's the second line where express your extraordinary love. Jerry, love Remington.
5 minutes, brother. 5 minutes.
Okay, you get that bed in before the boo, huh? What?
So we'll have to check. According to the St. Louis Blues staff there on the TV side, this goal might have been tipped, so Darnell Nurse may not get credit for the goal. He definitely will get an assist, no doubt about that. So we'll try to get clarification on that once I see it.
This is Cynthia Suarez, CFO of GoGo Food Co., an online food delivery service. Business is steady. Until
Go Food Co. Go check it out.
overnight, users tripled, which meant hiring 20 new employees and buying 20 new laptops.
So if anyone's still following along, we're in the middle of a commercial break in between the St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers right now. Because of that, I'm going to flip around here and see if we can find any other action that is underway. Because we do have some time, and because of that, I'll just go to the NBA app and go on League Pass and see if there's any other games right now that are worth checking out. Again, if you're just joining me, we are in the intermission right now. Darnell Nurse may not get credit for the goal. It could be someone else's there between Warren Fogle and Jesse Puljujärvi when it got tipped out in front. So I'll relay that to you once I see it. We're going to go through NBA League Pass right now and try to find something that is keep our eyes and ears glued to. Let's just see. The Spurs are still playing the Timberwolves close. Not really a lot of basketball games to look into here, but who knows? So let's just look at Timberwolves and Spurs here. So as our hockey games in intermission right now, I'm just flipping through NBA League Pass to try to keep people entertained and following along here. So they're showing LeBron teams since starting 0-3 on the season. From 04 and 05 and 19, they've all missed the playoffs. I wonder how you kind of accue that stat there when you still have 79 more games to be played. But that's one of those ones, I guess, to keep an eye on.
Taking full advantage when you have a team, that core that's fit together from the GBA to bring in free agents. I'm always nervous when a team comes in 0-3, 1-4, because they're on a mission and they're very talented and they're playing a lot of pride. And the one thing you can't think that you have to figure out, you got to play, as I call it, the PhD, poor, hungry, and driven. Yeah. And you've got to be playing with a lot of urgency. And if we do that all year, we're going to be just fine. When you broke into the league, you were 18 years old, and you were on a pretty talented Seattle Mariners team who, back at that time, you see another swing pass here, come in center, leading to a wide open shot again. Johns comes out of the timeout, knocks out a 2 and then a 3 after that, so he's getting on track. Yeah, Seattle team was one of my favorite teams. I love your Seattle Mariners teams. It was like playing with Ken Griffey Jr. and Anthony Martinez and Jay Peter and those great guys. And were you guys ever disappointed that you didn't make it to the World Series with that team and win a championship in Seattle? We sure were, Jim, but as a young player, it was the perfect environment. And remember, a lot of friends, a lot of friends were freshman, sophomore in high school. So having from Miami to the Pacific Northwest, I had an incredible core. Started with Luca Nettle, Griffey, Anthony Martinez, Jay Buhner. We had all these Hall of Famers. But more than anything, there were great people that helped me shape my career and my future.
Love it. Let's take a look at this. This is just replay. Yeah. This will make you happy. Ball movements.
The vision of D'Angelo Russell, he and Jay McDaniels had a special connection on the floor. And the athleticism of Jaden over the top level player like Kevin McDermott. This has been Jaden McDaniels' game. I mean, he's got 10 in the game. He's perfect in the field. And he's been really special. He's been, the last couple of games, he's gotten in foul trouble. He hasn't been good. What's your relationship with the players? You have him down at your house. Like, you've got a really good bond with these guys.
I do. McDaniels specifically really worked hard, as did Anthony Edwards and others, gotten much stronger. Just a young guy, still developing, should be in college, and here he is in his third year, right? So, I spent time, my experience that I draw is being in a professional Major League Baseball player for over 2 decades, the experiences, the mistakes that I've made, and if I can offer anything from lessons learned, that's what I try to share with them, especially thinking about from a financial point of view, having these guys think about the next 4 or 5 decades, not the next 4 or 5 months.
That's one of the big things that you can add, Alex, is that you can give them the life after sports, experience, and how vital that can be, and how much better it can be after you finish playing. It's Josh Richardson knocks down the triple. Because even if you make it to the NBA and you have a career, you're probably going to be done by the age of 32 to 35, A lot of players don't play that long as Alex experience there. Players oftentimes can't conceive of what life is going to be like when they have to change who they are and take off the suit of being a professional player. And it was hard for me, it was hard to transition from sports. But you've got that great experience to help them sort of figure out what they want to do after basketball.
And no doubt, Jim, and look, if you look at the data, there's 3 data points, right? It's really about financial literacy, getting some education under your belt. But at least in baseball, average career is 5.5 years.
Ridiculous. Up ahead, Towns nearly lost it. Now Edwards corrals it. Russell the 3 left it short.
Thank you for anyone that's going in between the YouTube and Twitter spaces. Again, I'm just going through this intermission right now, so I was just flipping through NBA League Pass before we get back into our NHL game. We're broadcasting for St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers. So Darnell Nurse, Warren Fogle, and Jesse Puljujärvi that is the goal and the 2 assists, and that's all there is right now. It's 1-0 after 1 period of play. And again, I'll have to take another look and see whether or not that got changed as far as who actually scored the goal. So right now it's Jesse Pugliarvi, so I will flip that. I think they changed it just now. Jesse Pugliarvi probably got a tip out in front of the Darnell Nurse shot, because I was wondering how it did beat Jordan Bennington that clean, although that was a great outlet pass from Fogle in the high slot. So we will get that switched on the actual game story. So Pugliarvi from Nurse and Fogle at the 6:07 mark in the first. I'm going to get set to flip back now. Don't want to go too far here for that. I don't want to miss anything for the start of the second period. So this is just me broadcasting on the YouTube side. Unfortunately, I cannot show the game. I know people have asked for that sometimes, and if I did that, I'd be banned in probably about 2 minutes and never be able to do any of these. So it's just a chance on the 4K Fire Stick Max to be able to do some broadcasting, do some writing, some play-by-play practice, and all that stuff, and hopefully people enjoy it. And there you go. I'm usually on this thing pretty much not Sundays because I have to type up football stuff, but you probably see me 4 or 5 days a week here on YouTube trying to get a specific thing where I get my schedule up on Facebook and Twitter and throw some things on Instagram. There you can always get at me at John Ryan Ott if you're interested to see what I'm following along on, what I'll be covering. This is going to be a very highly centric week for hockey, as we've already gone through the Monday and Tuesday contest. Monday was the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights are pretty much able to be dominant on that one. And then last night it was the Calgary Flames going to 5-1 on the season. Tonight is the Oilers and the Blues. Tomorrow, if I can get to it, will be the Boston Bruins and the Detroit Red Wings. And then Friday, Saturday, maybe the World Series.
We're going to take a look at the statistics for the Blues and the Oilers. The first period of action. We will be right back here at Enterprise Center. That's a pretty tight spot.
It's your journey on every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Now, get 1.9% APR on the Santa Fe or lease for just $269 a month. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
One has the money, the other wants the power. And together, Betsy DeVos and Tudor Dixon's agenda would have devastating consequences for you. Funded by millions from DeVos and her family, Dixon's plan to give away huge tax breaks benefiting the wealthy, like DeVos, and could stick you with higher sales taxes and higher property taxes to pay for it all. Like Betsy DeVos and her billions, Tudor Dixon would never work for you.
Writing her loved visiting Grandma's house. Unfortunately, others did too. But after saving big with early holiday deals at Amazon, she was ready for those unexpected guests. Apparently, the big bad wolf.
I'll remember that chapter of my life forever. We protected that progressive home in Oregon, didn't we? We were always dazzling. Like knights sworn to protect our kingdom. We knew it wouldn't last forever, but that's what made it special.
Hold it back tomorrow, right? Yeah, but it'll never be today again.
I used to pay.
Nothing for you, Taylor, yeah, don't call somebody on live TV. When you ask, have my friends in Marshawn, Mary. Listen, this is it. Like LA.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut. The Oilers 1-0 after 1 period of play. Early forechecking pressure by the Oilers, able to set the pace early. Some great shots for the Oilers from the point as well, and great saves, even better from Jordan Binnington. Taking a look at that first period statistics, Bernie Oilers Blues playing a little bit different hockey.
Yeah, they sure did. The Oilers were much better team in that first period. The Blues only 13 attempts. You can see 22 attempts for the Oilers. Scoring chances 7-3 for the Oilers. Both teams did not get a power play goal. You can see the shot from the slot, 6 of them for the Blues, which shows you how good, I should say by the Oilers, that's how good the Jordan Binnington was. Time of offensive zone possession. You know what, the Oilers had revenge with 2 minutes in the zone, basically, and power play. Other than that, Blues did a pretty good job. Face-offs so dominated right now by the Edmonton Oilers, which is so different. We've seen the Blues winning the majority of the face-offs in the first 4 games, so this is unusual. So I'm sure there's going to be some soul-searching in that locker room right now. The Blues got to get back to their game. The Blues have not really played well in the second period so far this season, so they're going to have to be much better. The Oilers were the worst first period team. They played pretty good in that first period, so the Blues have got to fix things and have their best period in the second period.
Time to have a moment and turn it all around here in the second period. Tyler Pitlick and company getting ready to head back out onto the ice for the second. We will see you during the intermission. For Bernie, I'm Alexa. Enjoy the game.
This moment.
Pretty much one more commercial break, and then we're going to get back into the action here as we're going to be getting pretty close. Again, I'm watching on the ESPN Plus side, Bally Sports St. Louis side. Your one goal that we have to talk about here is Jesse Puljujärvi. His shot got tipped out in front from Darnell Nurse. It was Warren Fogle that made a wrap pass, and behind the cage of Jordan Binnington in the high slot, it looked like Darnell Nurse scored the goal, but it was tipped by Jesse Puljujärvi. So they made that change. So it's 11-6 shots on goal in favor of Edmonton, 22-13. They also lead in attempts. The goal was scored at 6:07. Jordan Binnington's been pretty good throughout that. Stuart Skinner hasn't been tested all that much. St. Louis Blues probably look to change that as it moves forward.
And could stick you with higher sales taxes and higher property taxes to pay for it all. Backed by Betsy DeVos and her billions, Tudor Dixon will never work for you.
Not the end portal. And some carrots.
Serious?
Here's the dragon. Gotta take out the top.
Ten.
Actually, it says. Nerding out online. That's our way to play. Nintendo Switch.
Saturday, it's Julie. Just leave your voicemail. My number is 614-437-7455.
Okay. Can anyone tell me what Julie did wrong?
You gotta repeat the number. No one's ever gonna get it the first time.
Nope.
Didn't leave the last name.
No, the phone tells you who called.
She didn't mention a good time to call her back. How am I supposed to know when to call her back?
No, she just shouldn't have left a voicemail. 9 out of 10 times a text will do.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
So Jordan Binnington stopped 10 of 11 shots in that first period. Stuart Skinner only faced 6. He stopped all 6 of them right now. The one thing that you can also mention, other than the goal by Edmonton, the one power play that they had it in the zone for the entire 2 minutes against Jordan Binnington. That is no lie. And it was a couple passes from dot to dot, circle to circle in between Draisaitl and McDavid. And McDavid, of all people, couldn't find the puck in between his skates and lost it a couple of times. That probably was a good indicator of Edmonton should have and probably should have had a 2-0 lead over the St. Louis Blues. But right now, as it stands, it's 1-0 against St. Louis. Beat Edmonton last week 2-0 at Rogers Place. So they're going to try to go 2-0 on the season against the Oilers. Oilers trying to go to 4-3 on the season. St. Louis would be 4-1 if they get this win. We got about a minute left to go before puck drop here, as the players are out on the ice. Guys, let me know early in the season what teams you are following, what teams you like. Who do you think is going to make the playoffs? Who do you think is going to miss? Or any other sports or anything else that you're following along? Let me know in the comments section. And if you're just passing by, hello to you. You can check me out at John Ryan Ott, Facebook, Twitter, TBU Gunslinger, Instagram, because I'd use my gamer tag. But John Ryan Ott, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Right now we're doing Twitter Spaces and on YouTube side. So we're getting set here. Full strength right now between both teams. It's Leon Draisaitl and Robert Thomas. And Thomas wins the draw clean for the St. Louis Blues as we're underway to start the second stanza. Blues trying to get even on the score column with a quick outlet pass, and that got knocked aside. So Edmonton Oilers will be going left to right in this period. St. Louis Blues right to left. The Edmonton Oilers have the whites at the top with the Blues on the shoulder pads, and the St. Louis Blues, Draisaitl Kane, cross pass, that one just missed. St. Louis Blues will have all the dark blues with the gold and white piping. So Blues will dump this in through center, and Vlad Tarasenko. He's going to go ahead and take his change as Darnell Nurse has it now. Nurse still holding, and he's got Cody Ceci on the left side defensive side, but Darnell Nurse is just going to take his sweet old time right now. So nothing has happened over the last 40 seconds here because Darnell Nurse wants to just take a nap, and everyone else is going to get lined up here, and they can do so. They have a change, and St. Louis doesn't press. Well, there you go. So here's a chance for Ivan Barbashev off the steal. He's going to leave it here for Riley with a bomb. And that one was saved with the left pad of Skinner. Now the Blues with a shot opportunity. It's loose out in front. Skinner down. Tried to make the save with the goal stick and fall on. Does Darnell Nurse and Barbashev have some words exchanged? Some light pleasantries there between Darnell Nurse and Barbashev, but we get a stoppage. 18:48 left to go in the second. John Irie with you from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm at Enterprise Center watching on ESPN Plus and the Valley Sports feed. Again, if you have any comments, questions, and concerns, just let me know in the comment box on the YouTube side. It'll be the complete game story to follow at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com when we're done tonight. Don't know if I'm going to be there for tomorrow's contest between the Red Wings and the Bruins, but if I am, that will be a 7:15 start Eastern time. Shot goes just wide as the Oilers will get this one down deep. Tyson Barrie will collect, and this gets dumped down and deep by Draisaitl. So picked up by Nick Leddy. Nick Leddy, since coming up from the Red Wings, has been very good last season. So now, Parayko will try to play this here to Leddy. Picked up now by Jordan Kyrou. Leddy still needs help. He is just taking a beating near the left side red line. This is dumped down in deep by the Oilers. So now here's a chance for Jesse Puljujarvi. He's the lone goal scorer. We thought it was Darnell Nurse, but it got changed. Good pass from Fogle to Puljujarvi, but even better defense there by Leddy to go back and intercept. He spins off his man to create some space. Leddy just getting the neutral zone space as the Edmonton Oilers were content to let him come in, but the pass gets blocked and goes into the player's bench. So we're going to get a neutral zone draw. 17:55 left to go in the second as we get a side-by-side. So getting a chance to look at Ryan O'Reilly and Justin Falk. Ryan O'Reilly was the former captain of the Colorado Avalanche, and then Justin Falk, former Carolina Hurricane. You get both those guys coming over the couple recent seasons there at the St. Louis Blues, and there's no question why they went from worst to first several years ago. It's just a really good team all the way across the board. Long shot gets right into the breadbasket of Skinner. He's going to hold, and it's going to be another offensive zone draw here for the Blues. So the Blues getting closer on that shot board. It's been a better start for them in the second period. It's 11-10 on the shot board in favor of the Oilers. The Oilers got the all-important lead on the score sheet. 1-0 courtesy of Jesse Puljujarvi with Darnell Nurse and Warren Fogle getting an assist. Bomb right into the catching glove now. One time right off the face-off win. St. Louis gets the shot. They're going to do it again. So now it's 11-11 on shots. Greg Berube looks on. You got to be happy getting consecutive offensive zone draws and getting shots there on Stuart Skinner. Stuart Skinner has been really good this year. Right now, his numbers are probably close to a .940 save percentage. He came in the last game that I saw last week, Saturday, against the Oilers and the Calgary Flames in the sense of where he had to come in and help Jack Campbell, who gave up 5 goals, got pulled, and Skinner had to make all the saves. Never gave up a goal. He made like 17 straight saves. So Krug trying to make a play in his own end as this goes back to Braden Shen. as now Falk will touch. He's going to go ahead and take his change. And the Edmonton Oilers spinning off there is Evan Bouchard as he got worked off the puck, and now Leon Draisaitl. He's going to power his way past Tarasenko, but this goes right into the catching glove of Jordan Binnington. He's going to hold. So Leon Draisaitl, don't make him angry. That's what happened a few nights ago when the Pittsburgh Penguins played against Edmonton. They were having some words against Draisaitl after taking a big lead, and then Leon Draisaitl just proceeded to give them the most evil of all backhands and power it into the net. So you talk about Connor McDavid all you like, no doubt about it. Leon Draisaitl is right there in terms of being the best player in the league. If you're thinking about Nathan McKinnon and Kel McCarr, maybe 2 and 3, Draisaitl's got to be in the 4 or 5 conversation, and no worse. So picked up now with the Edmonton Oilers off the draw. Cody Ceci shoots it wide, but maybe on purpose, as this goes back to Ivan Barbashev and Bertuzzo. Bertuzzo now, with the help of Niko Mikkola. Mikkola turns it over. This goes back into the neutral zone as he gets worked over. Picked up now, the Edmonton Oilers trying to find it. Puljujärvi gets knocked on his heavily padded wallet, and this goes back to Bertuzzo. So Scott Walker, the lone forward, he's going to watch this puck go all the way down the ice. This is not going to be ice. Here's a chance now for Edmonton trying to pick this back up in their own end as Fogle. We'll try to clear now for Ryan. Ryan will play this one with Shore, and Shore will put this down. Jordan Binnington will touch it with the goal stick, and this goes back in behind the office of Binnington right now as St. Louis can take their time. Again, they're going to be attacking right to left in this middle stanza. It's 12-11 on the shot board in favor of the Oilers. Oilers got a 1-0 lead on the goal count. So Ryan Murray trying to find this here with Evander Kane. Evander Kane lost it, and this went down back into the St. Louis Blues defensive zone, and it will be touched up there by Alexei Trepchenko. So we will do this again. 15:59 left to go in the second. John Under with you. Glad you could join me here today between Enterprise Center and St. Louis, Missouri, between the Edmonton Oilers and the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis, again, just playing their 4th game of the season because when the season started for mostly everybody about a week and a half ago on Tuesday, St. Louis Blues didn't start till Saturday. So they got a lot of back-to-backs that they're going to have to play early throughout the year to make all that stuff up. But an 82-game season is an 82-game season for everybody. This is one of those schedule oddities. So tipped. Now here's a chance for the Blues off a 3-on-2. Good back check there by Evander Kane to break that one through. And now Leon Draisaitl going to wait in the hold. Evander Kane back to Draisaitl. Oh, he missed the right side of the bar. I thought that was destiny for a goal there, because that was a wicked wrister, but he just missed it. The power was there. The accuracy was just a smidge off. As this goes back now to Torrey Krug. Krug will hold. He's going to slap shot this one all the way back to Skinner. This went right into the catching glove. He's just going to quickly play it. Now the Edmonton Oilers will go left, right across your radio dial. Gets shipped at the line there as Krug got a piece of it. Now this goes back there to Bertuzzo. So this is picked up. Skinner, he's going to touch it again with the goal stick, and we're going to try to do this again because a couple long outlet passes for both teams have not hit. So Ryan, long outlet pass. Good shot. That one just went wide to the right side bar there for Edmonton. Didn't pick up a number on that one. That might have been Warren Fogle that just missed the net there. As now here's a chance for Krug. Set this up again. Cross pass there for Niko Mikkola. And Mikkola turns it over again. So that third line defense for Greg Berube's squad's not been too solid. As McDavid will get this from down. Niko Mikkola will collect now. So Mikkola out there right now with Robert Bertuzzo. Lost it near the right side red line. Picked up by Connor McDavid. This is kept in there by Evan Bouchard. Evan Bouchard's going to hold. He's going to play one here for Evander Kane as it got sent across. And Binnington said no with the goal stick as this gets knocked down the ice again. This is a rolling puck. And Bouchard is going to get the hybrid icing, so the St. Louis Blues cannot change. With 14:11 left to go in the second period. John Under with you on the call tonight on ESPN Plus. I'm watching the Bally Sports St. Louis feed right now as we're at the Enterprise Center. Draisaitl, man, Draisaitl, Kane, and back to Draisaitl. And I don't know how he missed that, but I also don't know how hard you could shoot a wrist shot harder than that in terms of the heat that was on him and as close as it was to pinging the top left side of the crossbar there of Binnington's net. That's about as close as you can get. So now here's a chance for the defensive zone draw. Brown tried to pick it up here for St. Louis, but this bounces back to Edmonton in the high slot now. This is in behind the left side face-off dot. McDavid lost it in between some skates, trying to get picked up now by Edmonton. McDavid will go back to the left side red line just in case the puck goes back to him. He picks it up now, tries to skate past his man, and Bertuzzo was able to knock that away from McDavid as this goes to the red line side. Blues will try to clear this one down. Good block by Evan Bouchard near the neutral zone. Now here's a chance for Zach Hyman from RNH. Hyman lets it go. Picked up now by Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid back to his defense there. Slap shot knocked Jordan Binnington's goal stick out of his hand. The defense going to try to play this closer here to Binnington to give him some time. Now there's a screen in front of Binnington, and he does not have a goal stick as Edmonton still continuing to circle with it. Connor McDavid might go for the wraparound. What an extra pass there for Barry, and he missed the left side of the bar. McDavid now, and for Hyman. Here's a chance. McDavid centered it out in front for Puljujärvi, and that was stopped there with Binnington without a goal stick. He still does not have it. McDavid trying to find this here. McDavid's still with it. He's in under all sorts of duress, and now Binnington can finally get the goal stick as St. Louis can get this to center ice with Robert Thomas. Braden Shen will collect. Nice cross pass there from Tarasenko, but he couldn't find it. So some of these players have just not been able to put the stick on the ice. Letty into the screen. That one goes just wide as Thomas will try to collect. He's going to fight through the contact. Some of these highly skilled players like Tarasenko, McDavid, just can't keep this on the ice. Loose out in front. Big save there against Tarasenko by Stuart Skinner. It's kept in now by the Blues. Here come the Oilers now. It's Evan Bouchard. We'll play this one. McLeod cross pass gets knocked away from Jesse Puljujärvi and now picked up now by Braden Shen. Shen is going to try to send Ryan O'Reilly, the captain, toward the left side wing. Ryan O'Reilly gets cut off near the left side faceoff dot. Long outlet pass. Here's a chance off the backhand. Stop there against Draisaitl by Jordan Binnington near that right post. And Edmonton with a long bomb shot as Binnington wasn't even in the goal crease. Now this falls back to Ceci. Binnington holding on to that right post as this falls back to Shen. And now Ryan O'Reilly with Torrey Krug. O'Reilly going to try to pinch in deep. He's getting a little tired here as he tried to beat Kulak to the puck. The Blues do get to it with Ivan Barbashev. O'Reilly throws it back to his defense right now. Krug lost it with Jordan Kyrou. Ceci is the lone forechecker here for the Edmonton Oilers. He's just trying to kill some time here for Falk. Stick comes flying out of the hands. Draisaitl gets knocked down hard, and I imagine St. Louis Blues will be going to the penalty boxes. The camera cut away, and all of a sudden I see Leon Draisaitl take a spill, and that was because he got tripped near the right side red line. That's Justin Falk. When we come back, it's going to be the Edmonton Oilers on the power play. They didn't score on their first one, but they looked really dangerous. We'll see what happens next. So, just taking a commercial break here. Justin Falk's going to be going to the box for tripping Leon Draisaitl, as mentioned in that first period. Edmonton did not score on their first power play. However, they had the puck inside the zone for the entire 2 minutes of that power play and were extremely dangerous. There were several chances where Draisaitl tried to set up McDavid. He just couldn't locate the puck in time in the danger areas, and that's why it stayed 1-0. Jesse Puljujärvi has the lone goal in this contest right now, and we will see what Edmonton can do on their second power play, and we will see after if that's killed, St. Louis can come back and tie this game because fits and starts, but I think most of the play has been the advantage of the Edmonton Oilers right now. But that's just me. What are your thoughts?
What? Oh, come on, man. You know it's Boston, baby. KG, I understand why you said it, but it's LA. Sorry, are you serious? You know what? It's LA. Why are you scaring me up? Because it's LA. You know what? You may scare me. Let me tell you something. That is Boston, 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 LA.
Here for the Oilers at the Enterprise Center. Blues headed back on the penalty kill. Justin Falk just gets his.
So getting a look at the replay here before we get back into our official action, Torrey Krug and Justin Falk came together, and the stick just came up and got Leon Draisaitl. So right now, Colton Parayko, Noel Acciari, Nick Leddy, and Ryan O'Reilly are on the kill right now for the St. Louis Blues. They're going to have to try to get off this second kill of the game. The Edmonton Oilers did not score on their first power play, but boy, you would be hard-pressed to not tell me there was a better-looking power play that did not score in their first one in the first period. So really just a couple of power plays both ways, and this is a chance now for Darnell Nurse. He's going to quarterback this thing. He's going to try to leave it there to Draisaitl. Draisaitl lost it. The Blues do an excellent job to just get this one out of the zone and kill some time with Noel Acciari. So Draisaitl will go back in his own end. He's going to try to get into the neutral zone, holding off the back end, and now he's going to wait. It's Darnell Nurse and McDavid going to try to get settled up now. McDavid will try to collect there from RNH, but RNH fanned on the puck. And now here's a chance for Ryan O'Reilly, shorthanded. He's going to let a long wrist shot go. It bounces in the high slot as it was fought off there by Stuart Skinner. So Ryan O'Reilly, he's going to go right to the bench. He took an accurate wrist shot that was hemmed for the right post, but Stuart Skinner fought it off. And now Edmonton's second power play not starting like the first, as it was cleared down the ice. So now 55 seconds left to go in Edmonton's second power play of the contest. They are enjoying a 1-0 lead. Shot board's tied at 14. So picked up now Darnell Nurse. He's going to fire this near the left side blue line as it rattles around the kick play. Big hit there by Krug and Mikkola to come together to knock off Edmonton off the puck. And here's McDavid. McDavid near the left faceoff. Not going to leave it here for RNH. Evan Bouchard. Now back to Nugent Hopkins. Long shot in. That one gets blocked out in front by one of the St. Louis Blues who might have been momentarily stunned as Mikkola got rocked. This goes back to Draisaitl. That was a great stick check there by the Blues. But now here's McDavid. Cross pass Binnington. What a stop. He's down. He's still holding on the left side post as it bounced up and hit him in the face and still stayed live. Oh my goodness, Jordan Binnington. What a stop there. This is picked up by Trubchenko. And now the Oilers have a cross pass from McDavid to Draisaitl, but that went wide. Here's McDavid, cross pass again. Oilers still don't score. But Nugent Hopkins has it near the left on Draisaitl. His bodies are down, slap shot. And that one goes just wide. Draisaitl now will crisscross. He's going to get this here to Connor McDavid. McDavid, Draisaitl fakes the slapper. And now the Blues can get out of their own way. What a miraculous stop by Binnington. I can't believe this is still 1-0. Falk gets this one now to Krug. Krug in the high slot. Extra pass across. Blues trying to get a cross pass on Skinner. This is in behind his office. Skinner momentarily out of the net. Here's a chance for Parayko. He's going to dump this in deep now with Krug. Krug off the backhand. And he can't get this stick on the ice. It was one of the Blues players there. I think that was Krug. They could have had a walk-in goal. A lot of these guys are just missing some chances here for both teams. The crowd is still buzzing for Jordan Binnington. I don't blame them. Entry here near the left side faceoff. Dot cross pass. Has to be corralled off escape. Parayko with a couple of bombs there with the help of Vladimir Tarasenko. That went just wide in the high slot now. The Blues trying to collect as all of a sudden this game has breathed a little bit of brevity into it and some life. Now Krug off the backhand. He's got Nick Leddy out there waiting near the left side high slot. Leddy might actually be going for a screen as they're going to try to come back for some help. Here's a chance now for the St. Louis Blues and Jordan Kyrou. Evan Bouchard worked off the puck. This is still in behind the office there of Stuart Skinner as the Oilers having a tough time trying to get this out of their own end. And now they finally do. So Evan Bouchard, he gets the entry there. Darnell Nurse was the lone forechecker there. Leddy able to cut him off. That's a little unusual. The two defenders were forecheckers there. So it goes back to Stuart Skinner. Skinner lost the goal stick there momentarily. This is in the high slot. This goes back now to the Edmonton Oilers. So picked up now across the red line as this gets dumped down. St. Louis had it momentarily. Jordan Binnington will make the stick play, and this is going to go back down the defensive zone of the Edmonton Oilers, and Evander Kane, his backhand attempt gets picked off by the captain, St. Louis captain Ryan O'Reilly. Now it's turned over. It's a 3-on-2 back pass. Another pass. What a great interception there by Leddy as he stayed with Evander Kane the entire way just to break that play. So now Falk, as everybody hopefully can take a breath right now. That was some scintillating action there with Jordan Binnington. Don't even know how he made that save as it bounced off his face a couple times. And there was a homing missile all around the blue paint. So Yamamoto gets this one now to Brett Kulak. Tries to get inside to Yamamoto in the high slot, and that one goes wide. Picked up now. Yamamoto will slam this around the kick plate as Edmonton Oilers trying to make something happen right now. Kulak lost it. Hyman also trying to join in. Edmonton will take this. Pick it up now for Cece. Pass across there. Darnell Nurse. That one goes up in the catching glove of Jordan Binnington. He's going to hold on and make the save. We get a commercial break, folks. Jordan Binnington was absolutely outrageous. I'm getting to look at it now. Hyman right on the doorstep. Binnington able to fight it off a couple times. 6:12 left to go in the second period. Come right back. We got more action coming.
Plus, all customers get 3 months of NBA League Pass with a $5 bet from America's #1 sportsbook. That's right. Not only do you get a no sweat first bet, you can also watch NBA League Pass on us. Everyone wants to do it.
Why is Roger happy? It's the little things Carvana does. See, Roger wants to sell his cars, gas. Little things like getting a real offer in 2 minutes really make Roger happy. So does Carvana's customer advocate Keith, picking up his car at roughly 10 a.m.
Hi, are you Roger?
Perfect. With the Honda Accord? Yes, I am. Right over there. Will I be getting...
And he loves that Kate pays him on the spot. Yeah, Raj? It's the little things that drive you happy. Will drive you happy at Carvana.
In the commercial break right now, it's still 1-0 lead for the Edmonton Oilers, but you can't help but just drop your jaw at the play of Jordan Binnington on the second power play attempt from the Oilers.
How do you find made easy? That's totally target.
What do you see from your team so far, and what would you like to see?
Well, I'm not sure if it's a good example of just hard-working offensive zone, pump support, movement, you know, just battle one-on-one, and just shoot the quicker. We had a couple good point shots there. We still got to get better out of our park.
All right, Jake, thanks a lot. They gave you the shots to the Blues in the second period at 93. So they had a better period, but failed to get one by Stuart Skinner.
Back underneath the action right now, about 6 minutes left to go in the middle frame here. The Edmonton Oilers still holding on to a 1-0 lead courtesy of the Jesse Puljujärvi goal. They scored in the first period. Jordan Binnington has been absolutely insane in the first two power play opportunities for the Edmonton Oilers. That is the only reason right now this game is still 1-0. Both of those power plays for the Edmonton Oilers were absolutely immaculate with the amount of chances and the amount of high danger chances that Binnington had to stop. I'm going to tell you quite frankly here, I can't think of too many goalies that have been able to be that much attention to detail and do that much damage. It's a 3-0 record right now for Binnington with a 165 and above, a 940 save percentage right now. He's been ridiculously good. So this is picked up now. Skinner. Because this is the second game at home here for the St. Louis Blues as I'm watching along the ESPN Plus side at Enterprise Center. Here's a chance up the 2-on-1. Cross pass! And Fogle, I think, just missed it there. I was about to make a spectacular call, but he had to have missed it there because if Jordan Binnington knocked that with the left side of the glove, I think I might fall out of my chair. So I think that was just missed off the 2-on-1 as this goes down the ice. Picked up now by the Oilers in their own end. Murray with the spin move in his own end, trying to buy some space, and you never really feel too confident about a defender making a spin move, but I guess he felt confident about it, the Edmonton defender. So now this goes Jordan Kyrou as he plays this one ahead to even Barbashev. Now falls back to the right side red line. Blues can safely dump this in. Again, you can do that on the red line without having any kind of icing against you. And now the Oilers with Darnell Nurse and Evander Kane and Kulak out there as well. We're going to get another immediate commercial stoppage because I guess we got to pay some more bills. There's a lot of action going on right now. 4:54 and left to go in the second. It's still 1-0 Oilers.
I was in and out of jobs and unemployed for a long amount of time.
Working at Amazon was supposed to be temporary.
And I found out about this amazing program.
They actually train you in software development. You're going to learn about electricity. You're going to learn about robots. It has tripled my income. Amazon has given me a career.
Yeah.
I did not have one. I had jobs before, but Amazon has given me one. Yes.
Games on Central Biscuit is busy at Home KG.
What up? Nothing 45.
Jalen, what is that? Yeah, don't call somebody on live TV. If you answer, have no friends anyway. Marshawn, Barry, listen, I need some tips.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Let's go with our
Why is Roger happy? It's the little things Carvana does. See, Roger wants to sell his car stat. Little things like getting a real offer in 2 minutes really make Roger happy. So does Carvana's customer advocate Kate, picking up his car at promptly 10 a.m.
Hi, are you Roger?
With a Honda Accord? Yes, I am. It's right over there. Will I be getting...
And he loves that Kate pays him on the spot. Yeah, Raj? It's the little things that drive you happy. They'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Nothing. Oilers in the second period. St. Louis Blues building some momentum off of some of their offensive zone time. Real good shift there not too long ago. Looking to build off of that, certainly. Obviously, got to keep monitoring the Edmonton Oilers transition here. Guys like Jordan Kyrou go. Nice to see the young man use his speed. For the Oilers, they have had some great chances.
Official action right now, 4:45 left to go in the second period. Blues won the neutral zone draw, trying to make something happen out of it. They need to get on the scoreboard right now, but there's still tons of time to do it. 4:35 left to go in this middle frame. Bennington is the only reason right now, as this is played with this goal stick, the only reason right now that this game is 1-0 with some of those saves he made on a couple Edmonton power plays. Absolutely terrific. So loose out Robert Thomas. Try to get picked up there by Kyrou. And now here come the Edmonton Oilers with Kaori Yamamoto. Yamamoto now with King. Yamamoto tries to get it now himself as King couldn't get to it and Leon Draisaitl couldn't as well. So it's a 3-on-3 the other way here for the St. Louis Blues. Here's a back pass. Tarasenko going to let one go off the wrist shot. Skinner held on to the right post and made the save. Now this is near the left side red line. Blues patient as they're holding. They're going to work their way to Nick Leddy. They're on the left side in the high slot. Tarasenko, and that one got blocked and never hit Stuart Skinner, and that could have been destined for the net. So picked up now Tyson Barrie. Barrie will get this one down as this gets deflected a couple of times, and Yamamoto couldn't get to it. So Ryan O'Reilly, the St. Louis captain, now trying to bother Tyson Barrie as this goes back by Braden Shen. Can he win the race to the puck? No, he cannot. It's near the right side dot. Picked up now. Bomb shot there for Parayko. He does have a howitzer that goes above 100. That one just missed the net and went up and on a plate. So St. Louis Blues, they're showing right now the 37 out of 39. It said on the kill, but that's not this season. That must have been within a certain time of the month because we've taken 39 penalties in the midst of 4 games. You're doing something quite wrong. So some of these Bally Sports stats need to really fix themselves, and I've noticed that all the way across in all of these games. Last shot by Parayko is about 92 miles an hour. So offensive zone draw by the St. Louis Blues. As this gets picked up by Ryan O'Reilly. Barbashev will get it now near the left side red line. Barbashev still trying to work with it right now, trying to get around the Edmonton Oilers and Tyson Barrie. Ryan O'Reilly will collect. He's got this near the left side face-off dot now. He's going to drop it back for Braden Shen. Barbashev tries to get to it, but good work there by Barrie just to knock that away alongside Evan Bouchard. Ryan O'Reilly, it's loose a couple of times, couple whacks at it, and Stuart Skinner didn't even see it. He just felt it touch the left pad, but he made the save anyway. 2-on-4. McDavid going to let a long wrist shot go. That gets stopped aside by Bennington. Oilers trying to get something going here, but an offside is going to be blowing this play dead. 2:50 left to go in the second period. John out here with you from Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. It's a 1-0 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. Some weird chances there over the last minute of play there where St. Louis able to keep that one in near the left side red line, getting a couple shots. Stuart Skinner didn't even look down to actually locate the puck. He just felt it hit the right pad and then somehow brushed it aside. It's kind of like when a mosquito lands on you and takes a bite. You don't feel it there for the first few seconds. That's kind of how it was for the puck, as it was just frozen there for a little bit. So Alexei Tropchenko now has it near the right side red line. Picked up now. Loose out in front. What a stop there. Jordan Kyrou had the net to look at, And Stuart Skinner made a glorious save in tight as that was going to be going for the left side post. And Stuart Skinner's look very comfortable right now. 2:35 left to go in the second frame. Here's a chance. That was Walker actually right in the middle of the slot toward the right dot. Stuart Skinner made a great save. So I know it's early as far as Stuart Skinner and the amount of action to go in the season right now, but he's been really, really good here. In terms of you having a goaltending tandem last year, in between you don't even know what you have with Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith, going from Stuart Skinner to Jack Campbell. Stuart Skinner's been pretty good in this game right now. He's been good throughout the year. His save percentage is above the .945 marker. So now this is Jordan Kyrou, as I got my numbers right. So he's going to pick this one up as this goes to Cody Ceci now. Ceci almost lost it, picked up now through the neutral zone as if to avoid a couple big checks to the Edmonton players. Watch some bowling pins. So here's a back pass there. And Ryan from Shore, it's a long wrist shot. This goes right into the catching glove of Binnington. He's going to hold on and freeze it. $1:54 left to go in the second period. John Under with you on the call. I'm watching the Bally Sports St. Louis feed in terms of ESPN Plus right now. Again, there's only 2 other hockey games in action tonight. And I believe both of them are actually on TNT other than this game. This is the only game that has local coverage. The New York Islanders have a 2-0 lead against the New York Rangers. 11:42 left in the third. And then at 10 o'clock on TNT, it'll be Tampa Bay and Anaheim. Tampa Bay 3-4 on the season. Anaheim 1-4-1, finally get a chance to come back home. So are we getting a call against the Edmonton Oilers is the question. So it's going to be 2 power plays across. This is Evander Kane's going to go in the box. He's going to get called for slashing. So upon second look, here's a chance, and Evander Kane definitely got a piece in the hands. And Evander Kane's going to go to the box. So 2 power plays are going to be aside here for St. Louis. 2 power plays for Edmonton, and we're going to see what ends up happening here. Is Jordan Kyrou was the one that got slashed. So Kyrou and Thomas going to get set on the power play right now. Thomas, I believe, is going to be taking the draw. That's what it looks like right now. Thomas does win it clean, and this goes back. A fake to Vlad Tarasenko. Extra pass across. St. Louis Blues let it go. And that one just missed the net. There was a golden opportunity chance for St. Louis to score near the left side of that bar, and they just missed it. So Tarasenko with a long pass. Robert Thomas holding. He shot it up into the neck area of Stuart Skinner just to try to get that up in the high bar. That was a good-looking shot. Good pass there by Vlad Tarasenko. See if the Blues can win another draw. They cannot. So this time the Edmonton Oilers can take their time and they can kill something. So McLeod's got it now. He's going to dump this in near the right side faceoff dot. Jordan Binnington will play this calmly to the defensive partner is Braden Shen. As of now, Shen will accelerate near the right side of the wing. Now Thomas, what a passer, the high slot, and that missed again as Thomas couldn't find it. This goes a chance now for Thomas. He's going to hold. Tarasenko lets it go through the screen, and that one just missed the left side of the bar. St. Louis now with some sustained pressure. Vlad Tarasenko has to pick it up now. He lost it there. St. Louis will have to go back and check up. 1:10 left to go on their power play. About 10 seconds separating shot and game clock. This goes now. Krug into the screen, and now this goes right down to where Stuart Skinner can close the 5-hole and make the save, and Jordan Kyrou got knocked down pretty hard on his heavily padded wallet where he just signed there with Jordan Kyrou and Robert Thomas got the identical terms there for I think 9 years it was for about $9 million per. So both those guys are paid. St. Louis has got their long core locked up, the good young players, and you would expect St. Louis to do a continued amount of damage for an extended period of time. So now Kyrou. And on the draw here for the St. Louis Blues, let's see if he can win this one clean. Edmonton gets another defensive zone draw, but this might be won here by St. Louis, and now there might be a 2-on-1 developing. Zach Hyman, nice back pass. He gets it back, trying to shoot it to Binnington's 5-hole. Knocked down there was one of the Edmonton Oilers there in RNH. And now here's a chance for a 2-on-3. The Oilers got 3 back. Thomas gets one here to Kyrou. Kyrou will play this in behind his own net as this goes back to Torrey Krug. Krug lost it as this is cleared down the ice here by Edmonton. Jordan Bennington way out of the goal crease to play this one, all the way from a right dot to a left dot pass. As we had 10 seconds left to go in the second period, Ryan O'Reilly tries to enter. He gets knocked away. Here's a chance for Shen. Tipped out of the air by O'Reilly. Blue score right before the end of the second period. It's a tie hockey game. Ryan O'Reilly might actually get credit for this goal, as Evander Kane looks a little bit agitated just coming out of the box. But right before the end of the period and right before you're walking into the second intermission, St. Louis finds something to feel good about themselves. Ryan O'Reilly, I believe, is going to get the goal as it was tipped out of the air. So Ryan O'Reilly gets the entry near the left wing side. This was picked up by Shen. He fired it. Ryan O'Reilly taps it out of the air from a Shen shot, and he gives the Blues a 1-1 tie now. So great looking play there. Shen just fires it on. Falk gets out of the way. Ryan O'Reilly beats everybody to the puck with a midair deflection against Evan Bouchard. So this bounces off of Stuart Skinner's goal mask, and then Ryan O'Reilly banks it in between his rear end and puts it in the net. So 1-1 after 2 is your score. When we come back, we'll call the third period action.
What proof do you need? Do you need time to pass? Banners, rods, statues to be built? To know that these guys, this moment, is special. Maybe you already see it. More speed, more skill, more before. So, when you let this billionaire pass you by, or when you say, yeah, I saw it, I was there.
You might have heard of Carvana, and we sell cars online. What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying a car should be something that gets you hyped up. So you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want. And that your new car ought to come with newfound happiness and zero surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right, we'll put you in control, and all of us will stop at nothing to drive you happy. We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Games was a little bit sticky and all Asian. I got nothing for you,
Taylor, what's that? Yeah, don't call somebody on live TV.
When you ask, I have my friends in
Marshawn, Barry,
listen, I used to.
I
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that.
Tested under pressure, innovation driven, powered for more. This is why Williams Racing trusts Duracell batteries with power boosting ingredients. Duracell, engineered for more.
Everybody's ready for Monday Night Football. Okay, bring it on. Let's go. Because you have to be ready for an AFC North treat on Halloween night. We're in Ohio. The Bengals offense is ready to be scary good. And the Browns are ready to cast a spell. One-on-one, we got it. Burrow, Chase, and the Bengals clash with Chubb and the Browns.
Tonight's intermission report presented by Jeff Navas. Here in our Sports Studios, I'm Prize alongside Bernie Federico. I am Alexa Bernie. I want to know what Craig Berube said to the team going into the second period because they picked up the intensity, the pressure that they put on the Oilers. It looked like a different team out there in the second, and they benefited from their hard work with that goal.
Well, I think not much needed to be said, Alexa. I think the fact of the matter is that the Blues were not that good in the first period. I think everybody knew it, especially coming off the loss in Winnipeg on Monday night. They knew they had to do better, and they gave the Oilers a little bit of their own medicine. The Blues outskated the Oilers. I thought the Blues got to the middle of the ice and to the dirty areas more. They started getting some rebounds. They get 2 or 3 shots in a row. I mean, they really outshot the Oilers a lot in that second period. They killed off another good big penalty, and then they get their specialties. We talked about they get a power play goal as time was running out in that period. So we talked the importance of the penalty kill. Well, the Blues now penalty kill 11 for 11 on the season. The power play gets a big one at the right time right now. So all of a sudden we've got 20 minutes now, and it might be against goal wins because this is really tight checking right now. Not a lot of great scoring checks. So it'll be an interesting third period.
Well, maybe Craig Berube didn't tell the guys what I think they wanted to hear coming into the second, but he definitely did with his actions in terms of mixing up these lines, which created the ability to have these guys have more puck movement. He wanted them to shoot quicker, and that translated, that energy that they brought into the second period, it translated over to the power play where Ryan O'Reilly was able to score not only his first goal, his first point of the season, Bernie was able to put that in net to tie this one up.
You got it over the end, too. Great hand-eye coordination as this puck was really rolling as it came off the pad there of the goaltender. Ryan O'Reilly was just able to walk it down over the air and actually hit the pad, then went across the line. So it's just hard work. That's what you have to do. And get in position. I really give a lot of credit to 2 things. Shan took the shot on that, and the puck was actually deflected in front by Fall first, which really changed the direction. That's why it ended up going to the right side. That's why O'Reilly was able to get it. So good hard work by going to the front of the net, and the Blues really deserved the break on that goal.
And Falk has been so good this season, hasn't he? Especially as a defenseman there in their offensive zone. All right, we got plenty more coming up here on our Jeff Navas intermission report, including an interview with the captain. Don't miss that. Ryan O'Reilly is next.
Let's face it, I like a great Halloween costume.
Savings is the name of the game for us when we shop.
I thought we were playing straight.
So we use Rakuten to get you chamber.
Oh, we're gaming?
Go. We get cash back at over 3,500 stores. Cha-ching. Health and beauty, clothes, electronics. Office equipment. Shoes, home and garden, travel. On all of that and more. So even when we're losing game right, we're winning.
Gulliver's Travels.
So what?
Put the fire out, baby. Oh, we gotta know who the red dogs are. Let's go!
This might be the most emotionally charged match of the modern era.
The Black Girl Hockey Club is all about building a community within the community.
The atmosphere.
Here on Valley Sports, Blues even missed one up at 1 goal apiece there in the second period. Thanks to the work of their captain on the power play, Ryan O'Reilly, with his first goal of the season. Andy Strickland interviewed him shortly after.
All right, guys, thanks a lot here with the captain, Ryan O'Reilly. And listen, sometimes it just takes that one, right? Getting close to the net and banging home a rebound.
Yeah, it's those bucks on that. It's nice to get one good bounce there. Obviously, it's a big goal. That period we had a couple more chances, but still not the way we like. But to get a big goal like that, I hope they can spark something and take it over in the third up.
All right, describe the second period for us, specifically on the penalty kill, guys blocking shots. How much momentum did you guys get from that?
Yeah, that was huge. Obviously, their power play, the best players in the world. They move everywhere. They see, and it just takes that sacrifice sort to kind of get rid of that and not give up a goal. So it's huge. Those big blocks give us a spark, and we're starting to turn around.
Your goaltender's been great once again. What's the key here in the third period coming up?
We just got to get back and trust in our game a bit. I think we're a little hesitant at times, hesitant defending. But we started to get a little something going here, and back to our forecheck. We do that, we see things start to come, and bounces start to go our way.
All right, good luck in the third.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right, guys, that's the captain, Ryan O'Reilly. Alexa, let's send it back to you.
Brian, Andy, thank you very much. Yeah, the momentum definitely in the Blues' favor. Let's see if they can carry that over into the third period. Love that go Blues foam finger. You're rooting for the right team, girl.
I grew up here in Grand Rapids. My mom was a Democrat and dad a Republican. But when it came to money, they both believed you don't spend what you don't have. I worked with Republicans to balance every budget, turned a projected $3 billion deficit into a $7 billion surplus, put $715 million into the rainy day fund, and didn't raise taxes a dime. You work hard to make ends meet. As governor, I'm working hard to make sure Lansing does the same.
You might have heard of Carvana, and that we sell cars online. What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying a car should be something that gets you hyped up. That you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want. And that your new car ought to come with new fog happiness and zero surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right, we'll put you in control, and all of us will stop at nothing to drive you happy. We'll drive you happy.
No one achieves a dream alone. There are the coaches.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Come on, Mr. Sanders. Focus.
Jimmy Fox. What's up, my man?
What up, Barry? Got time to check bets?
Yeah. All right. You got six. Boom. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Now, parlay time. What you put? Miami in with
LA Vegas. Oh, no.
Who's feeling that though?
What did Jimmy Fox want?
Oh, I've got no idea. Come on, serve it up.
Jeez.
Ironic, Edelman's struggling with reception.
Two things that hate drunk. Balls and calls.
Well, you need a better network. And Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just $30 a line.
Verizon for $30?
Yeah, it's their best unlimited price ever.
Sweet.
Whether you're in the city or on the road.
Reception.
And getting the network you want, the price you love.
Get Verizon for just $30 a line and $960 when you switch your family. Only on Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
I shop at the Rakuten app to get cash back. Sports Midwest is brought to you by Jack in the Box's Monster Tacos. 2 for just $3. Taking a look at the stats for the first two periods here between the Oilers and the Blues. Oh yeah, Bernie Miller built a lot better than we did your first time around.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, you look at these slot shots. The Blues only had 3 slot shots in the first period. They had 10 in the second period. That means they're getting to the inside. To get to the inside, they're going to need more opportunities. But really, a good period of play. You can see Cam's almost even now, scoring chances 13-11, so very even. They don't like the kind of offensive zone possession by the Oilers. They're going to get a little more in the zone. And look at the great job blocking shots. So you know what? That's a big strong period. Hopefully another 2 points for the Blues. The big win here at home.
Line changes work for Murphy there in the second. We'll see how the third plays out. We have started the third period next. Stay with us here on Valley Sports.
We haven't had this in years. Look at them.
souvenir for 6. Follow your team wherever they go. Handle any curveball. Then find something new to cheer about. No matter where your team takes you, go with heart. Go with Southwest.
Come on, Mr. Sanders. Focus.
Jimmy Fox. What's up, my man?
What up, Barry? Got time to chat bets?
Yeah. All right, you got 70. Whoa, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Now, parlay time. Would you put Miami in with LA?
Oh, no. Terrible.
Who's feeling that though?
What did Jimmy Fox want?
Oh, I've got no idea. Come on, suck it up.
Why is Roger happy? It's the little things trouble with us. See, Roger wants to sell his car scat. Little things like getting a real offer in 2 minutes really make Roger happy.
We're going to be starting the third period here momentarily. I'm just going to take a quick little bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Yes, I am. Will I be getting lost that keeps pacing on the spot? Yeah, Ron? It's the little things that drive you happy. They'll drive you happy. At Carvana.
I shop with the Rakuten app to get cash back anytime, anywhere. I even get to ting when I Home decor, clothes, and mirrors. I can shop over 3,500 stores, including travel sites.
That is hard.
The 2022 MLS Bet Playoff.
Time to show it to the your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Well, on the late power play goal by O'Reilly. It's 1-1 as the Blues fired 20 shots on goal in that second period, Jamie. So they played with that hard and put a lot of pucks there to pay off with that late goal. Yeah, they really turned it around here in the second period. Did a great job generating a lot of opportunities, a lot of momentum, getting inside, like you said. It's a big difference from what we've seen last game for the St. Louis Blues. The DJC difference maker here, getting to that, getting to the inside. We're watching the Blues here.
We're going to begin set here for the third period, so we'll get back into action right now. I appreciate anyone that's been following along on the YouTube side. I know there hasn't been as many today for YouTube or Color Spaces, so I kind of just walked around a little bit in that second. So apologize if you were staring at a screen. Back underneath the official action now as it's all even out from the third period. Again, the last goal was the last few seconds left. It was tipped up in the air in between Braden Shen off his shot attempt that bounced off Falk, and then Ryan O'Reilly got the goal as he batted it out of the air and beat Stuart Skinner and tied this game at 1. So in the second period recap, Jordan Binnington on the Oilers' second power play, he was insane again. The shot bounced off the face mask. It bounced everywhere else. He made several saves. And between Hyman, Draisaitl, and McDavid, he was excellent. And they outshot the Oilers 20-6 in that period, and they're going to try to continue to improve upon that right now as we're underway. Draisaitl will get this one down as this goes to Evander Kane. It's going to flip ahead. Evander Kane's going to be the one forechecker if he can get around Justin Falk. He does, but it was Evander Kane's penalty that allowed Ryan O'Reilly to score. So Yamamoto trying to battle here between Draisaitl. As this is picked up now by Evan Bouchard. Bouchard will get this head to Evander Kane. Bouchard is going to take his time with Yamamoto. Yamamoto now Here's a chance for Tyson Berry. Long wrist shot, and that one gets held by Jordan Bennington. So 1909 left to go in the final stanza. John here with you from Enterprise Center. In between the St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers. St. Louis Blues, again, they had a long layoff because when most teams started pretty much last week and a half on Tuesday, it was St. Louis Blues starting the game on Saturday for their first of the season. So that's why the Oilers are 3-3 and the Blues are 3-1. This is only the second game at home here for the St. Louis Blues tonight. And it's not even concluded yet. So this is picked up now to the left side dot. And around the left side red line now is the Blues. I'm trying to find this and get this out of their zone. Oilers able to intercept. This bounces back to the Blues defense there and Nick Leddy. Nick Leddy will flip this thing a little bit down. There's a chance for Ivan Barbashev. Barbashev got canceled off the puck. Leddy will come all the way back now to get it. He's got to be a little tired. He's on the right side red line. Long outlet pass. Nice kick in there by Parayko. Leddy still holding. He's got it near the right side red line as this is spun across now with Shen. Shen behind the office there of Skinner, holding off the forehand. He's going to lay a back pass to his defense. Parayko with a bomb. That one got blocked. Anyone that sacrifices a shot block against Colton Parayko is definitely going to hurt. This could be a break for Zach Hyman near the left side dot. He's holding off the forehand. Lets the wrist shot go. It got bounced out in front. It blocked by Parayko. Picked up near the blue paint now. The St. Louis Blues just trying to get this out. And now they do. Ivan Barbashev will get this one across as Parayko will get this in deep. Here's a chance for Noel Acciari as two St. Louis Blues come together on one Edmonton Oiler and they miss the hit. So now here's a chance for Jesse Puljujärvi. And this one falls back to Bertuzzo. Bertuzzo now with Nico Mikula, third line defense out there for Greg Berube's squad. Another hit knocked off the stick there. One of the St. Louis players who were taking a change anyway. Ryan Murray. Now there's a chance for Nico Mikula. They got a battle in between that stick that's stuck near the left side of the face-off dot. And this goes back to Bertuzzo. Mikula will play catch. Mikula has it now. He's got it near the right side blue line. Almost turned over there as the Edmonton forecheck was active. And this is picked up now across the red line. Here's a chance now that gets shot and stopped there by Skinner as Noel Acciari was letting a long one go near the right side dot. 17-17 left to go in the third. John out here with you. Glad you can join me here for this contest. Again, I've been on steadily an hour early every single game from Vegas to Toronto and then Calgary to Pittsburgh and now another hour earlier between St. Louis and Edmonton. There's only two other games on the docket. Both those games are on TNT. This game's on ESPN+. So that's where I'm going to be doing the coverage here tonight. So picked up now by St. Louis in their own end on the right side face-off line. Loose out in front. That got knocked away. Barbashev trying to find it now as Walker was on the doorstep, and now this goes back to Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid, it's 1-on-3. Connor McDavid will chip this in. Falk will get this around. McDavid and Draisaitl have been a little quiet tonight, but it's not because of their lack of effort. It's because Jordan Bennington has been absolutely fantastic on the penalty kill. That stopped a couple of their chances to get a couple goals. This probably should be a 3-1 contest, but it's 1-1 because Bennington has pretty much stopped the Oilers from scoring on both of their power plays. So back in behind the office as the Oilers have it by their netminder, Stuart Skinner. And now here's a chance for a breakout there of Evander Kane. He's just going to chip this in across the red line. And are we going to get an icing? Did they chip this in before they hit the red line? I guess Evander Kane did. Yamamoto couldn't win the race. So 16-20 left to go in the third. St. Louis Blues are going to have an offensive zone draw. Blues are actually now caught all the way up on the shot board and taking a 7-shot advantage, 27-20. It was a 20-6 advantage for shots on goal for St. Louis in that second period to tie it at 1-1. So Stuart Skinner has made 26 of 27 saves. Jordan Bennington stopped 19 of 20, and some of his probably should count for 2 or 3. So Thomas worked over there by Mikkelin. And then now Kane will get this one down. So the third line defense is out there right now for Edmonton Oilers. As St. Louis trying to get this out of their own end as Jay Woodcroft will watch this go by near the players bench. Here's a chance for Vlad Tarasenko as he enters onside Robert Thomas into the slot. It might fall back to Tarasenko near the right side red line, and Stuart Skinner closes the 5-hole, makes the save. 15:46 left to go in the third. Stuart Skinner has been pretty good. Again, 27 out of 28 stops. here for the Oilers netminder. That is a lot higher numbers than Jack Campbell so far. That signed the 5x25, 5x5 pretty much, to come over from the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it's not that Jack Campbell isn't a good goaltender. Jack Campbell just got to get away from some of those injuries. But now also being 30 years of age, you're getting to that point that maybe you are what you are. But they're going to hope that Stuart Skinner, again, much younger, I think he's 23 years of age right now. It's a lot different from Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith to Stuart Skinner and Jack Campbell. So now Schen's got it near the right side of the faceoff dot. As this is spun around the kick plate. Still in that same spot. St. Louis now trying to find it. Edmonton might have a breakout. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Nugent Hopkins, the trailer out the pass. What a sliding stop there by Binnington. As he said no with the glove, as Nugent Hopkins said, "Are you kidding me? I thought I got hooked there." But Binnington was able to make that stop. He saw it all the way and was able to track it, but still, it's one of those saves where you got a 2-on-1. It's a good outlet pass. Krug is by himself. It was a poor line change for the other defenseman there for St. Louis to come back with Colton Parayko to save the bacon, and that's a great save by Binnington as he saved it off the left pad and closed the 5-hole. So we get a stoppage. It's going to be an offensive zone draw here for Leon Draisaitl. He lost it as this bounces back to Evander Kane in the own end. So Evander Kane and Tyson Barrie. Tyson Barrie, the lone defender out there right now. Kane is going to take his time to go right to left across your radio dial. It's going to leave it here for Draisaitl. Draisaitl will just calmly put this around the kick plate. Evander Kane will be the first to get to it as now he's on the left side red line. Kane, he got spun around like a top as this bounces in between Barrie. Now Draisaitl able to keep this alive on the backhand. Now here's a chance for Kaori Yamamoto. He got worked over nearby Barbashev and Scandella and behind the net of Jordan Binnington, and this goes down. This is going to be for an icing, so the St. Louis Blues cannot change. 14:46 left to go in the third. We are at a tie game. St. Louis, Missouri at Enterprise Center. John Under with you on the ESPN Plus coverage between the Oilers and the Blues. So I hope you're enjoying the game tonight. Again, if I can be, I will be around tomorrow for the puck drop between the Red Wings and the Boston Bruins. That should be about 7:15 Eastern tomorrow. But I might have to miss that game, but we're going to at least try on Friday and Saturday to cover one of the games in the World Series. If I don't work with Cooper Hopkins and the Battle of Alberta on Saturday, that will be 10 p.m. Eastern. So face-off win by the St. Louis Blues in their own end. Now they're going to work on trying to get this one out. So picked up now by Edmonton in the neutral zone as this bounces off of McDavid, and now Kulak tries to get a piece of it as the Blues just keep trying to hit this out of midair and knock this one down. It falls to Stuart Skinner, and now here's a chance for Murray. Murray and Bouchard, second line defense out there for Jay Woodcroft's squad. Murray now trying to race down an open left wing. He's going to get this across the red. He wanted to flip it to McDavid, and now here's a chance for Jordan Kyrou, but it's 1-on-4. He lost it as he got poke checked back. And now RNH will go back in behind Stuart Skinner to make a pass across to Ryan Murray. Ryan Murray fakes it off the glass. He couldn't hit McDavid, and the St. Louis Blues can dump this in deep. 13:50 left to go in this third period. John out here with you in a 1-1 tie right now. Picked up by Connor McDavid, and now it gets flipped ahead. St. Louis can intercept into the blue line side. And here's a chance for Robert Thomas. Right now off the right faceoff, down leading. He's trying to shoot for that top left corner, but he just shot it wide. And now the Blues have it now near the left side faceoff circle. Trying to hold is Vlad Tarasenko. He's fighting into the traffic. Now here is Kyrou. Long shot. This bounces off of Tarasenko. He picks it back up in the high slot. Kyrou lets it go in between his legs. And now here's a chance maybe here for Hyman to make David. Here's now Fogle. Fogle will try to collect here near the left side red line. Hyman trying to find it as well for the Oilers. He tries to wrap it around past Binnington. Binnington down, holding on to that left post. He makes the save as he freezes it with 13:04 left to go in the third. It's still tied at 1. We're going to see who's going to take this one. Come right back.
All the classes and endless motivation that fits your schedule to keep you coming back. Time and time.
So the Islanders win the cross rivalry series, or the Subway series, I guess you can say, for the Islanders and the Rangers. They win 3-0 over the Rangers. So that's a big time win there for the Islanders early in the season as they improved to 3-4. The only other game on tonight is also on TNT when it's Tampa Bay and Anaheim. So I will follow that one as soon as this game is done. I know my coverage will be done as soon as my game is done between St. Louis and Edmonton, but at least it'll give me something to watch when I'm writing the story. So as always, hopefulsportsguy.wordpress.com. I'm going to have the story and broadcast coverage. If you follow along there and you want to follow me, it's John Ryan Ott at Facebook, Twitter, and you can also see that on the YouTube side when they introduce the handles. So John Ryan Ott, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. TBU Gunslinger is the Instagram, but that's only because I got to use the gamer tag. And no, I'm not getting up in the morning to watch Broncos and Jags at 9:30 for the London game. Come on, guys.
The game has never been better. That is hard.
Third period at the Enterprise Center, thanks to Jordan Binnington, who has been sensational tonight. This is our Liberty Mutual Insurance Crease.
So some replays. I'm sure this was against Jordan Binnington off the power play. They're showing all the saves that he's made, and make no mistake about it, he's been the best player on the ice right now. I know he's a goaltender, but I'm going to count it as that because without his saves, we would not be at 1-1. It would at least be 3-1 Edmonton. They would have scored on both of their power plays that they have right now. Both teams got 2 power plays apiece. So back underneath official action right now, this is a chance for Nick one to shoot it, and this goes high. This is going to go up and out of play. So Edmonton didn't know that for the moment, so we're going to get a stoppage at 13 minutes exactly with 1-1 as your scoreline. St. Louis Blues, they've got the shot edge now since a 20-6 shot edge in the second period. It's 29-23, but the scoreline is tied at 1. Your goal scorers are Jesse Puljujärvi in the first period and Ryan O'Reilly just before we ended the second stanza. That's why we sit at 1-1. So St. Louis Blues commentating, I've already mentioned that this is going to be a game where its next goal wins. I haven't said that yet myself. I would normally try to call that early, but they've said it early. It's been a contest that of the latter has been dominated by St. Louis. But again, if it was not for everything that Jordan Binnington has done on the 2 power plays that the Edmonton Oilers had, they'd be down by 2. So Mielainen will put this one in deep here for Bertuzzo. Bertuzzo is going to intercept it from the Edmonton Oilers defenseman. And now Nico Mikkola will get this one back. Bertuzzo will try to keep this alive across the kick plate, but the Oilers will intercept. Couple work and active stick checks there as Bertuzzo is going to have to hold near the light faceoff dot and get to their spots because the Oilers now all of a sudden have possession off a couple turnovers. Here's a chance now. McLeod gets worked off the puck. Niemelainen is going to play this across for Barrie. Barrie will fire this one just wide. This is in behind the office of Jordan Binnington. He doesn't know where it is right now. He was holding onto the left post. He had his glove hand up in the air, but now it's a 3-on-3 developing. Tyler Pitlick, he is off his 1-year deal here for the St. Louis Blues. He's trying to get signed because of all the injuries there that St. Louis is just dealing with. Again, no Perunovich and no Saad day to day, but Pavel Buchnevich, he's going to be out for a little bit of time here, so that's going to be a big loss for the St. Louis Blues. So the depth will be tested, but again, you do have Jordan Kyrou and Robert Thomas, so you got to feel good on that side if you have your young core locked up, as the St. Louis Blues are going to look to continue to do more damage this year. One-timer for Brad from Achari. That one went off the blocker side of Skinner. Back pass, this could be an opportunity. Big save by Skinner to the left side post. It's still loose as the bodies are everywhere, and now there's some pushing and shoving there with Darnell Nurse. He's got Pitlick in a headlock. And we get a stoppage. 11:34 left to go. It was just an innocent-looking 1T there for Achari and Brown. And then all of a sudden, there were bodies everywhere. Is there going to be a high stick? A cross-check in the back? The cross-check in the back is what's called. Right now, I see the Oilers in the box, and I do not see the Blues in the box. As I'm going to get my clarification here on the ESPN box score. So looking at our penalties, it's not updated yet. Scott Walker got absolutely cross-checked in the back by Darnell Nurse, and he was sitting on top of him. So this is a poor time, I would say, to take a penalty right now in a 1-1 contest where St. Louis has been buzzing of late since they've scored that goal to pretty much end the second period. So Thomas from Kyrou. Kyrou falls down. And now this is turned over by the Oilers inconceivably. They keep it alive. Krug Now to Kairu. Kairu holding with Vlad Tarasenko. Kairu has it now from Tarasenko. He's going to spin, and behind the office tries to backhand it to Thomas. Thomas now has to lay this one down. It's Tarasenko. Krug. Tarasenko has it now. Extra pass. Thomas tried to cross it right there to Ryan O'Reilly. That went just wide. Now, Tarasenko. Krug in the high slot. Thomas lets it go. He just missed the right side of the crossbar. Back to Krug. Now for Thomas. Extra pass. Tarasenko. Ryan O'Reilly. He almost slipped as this goes back to Thomas. And now the Blues have all sorts of pressure here on their third power play. Banked off to Tarasenko near the high slot on the left side of blue line. Now near the left dot. Tarasenko trying to keep this free. And Kulak will play this one back as now Thomas can get the entry here for the Blues. They keep it alive across the blue line with Torrey Krug. Vlad Tarasenko. And now this is turned over. Draisaitl has a chance here for McLeod. Draisaitl holding. Pass across to McLeod, but he couldn't find it. And now you can see if he can get to it first. But good active stick check there by St. Louis just to get this back into the neutral zone. McLeod lost. He turned it over. Barbashev on the doorstep. And Skinner made the save. Picked up now. Parayko. Bomb shot for Tarasenko. Stopped by Skinner. As this is kept alive by Tarasenko now. Parayko has it in the high slot. He's going to go back across to Vlad Tarasenko. Now Parayko holding. Fakes the slap shot. Tarasenko's going to oblige. It's loose for Barbashev. But the Oilers find it. Oilers now trying to kill the last 5 seconds. They got it in the offensive zone. It's 1-on-3. Hyman trying to fight off the traffic. Blues able to fight him off. Mikko Scandola. And now the Oilers return to full strength. Here's a chance for Falk now. Entering through the neutral zone. Off the backhand. Instead, he's just going to dump this in as the Blues defense can take their change. 9:20 left to go in this third period of action. John Under with it from Enterprise Center. We're locked in a tight one now. 1-1 between the Blues and the Oilers. Barbashev, couple series of stick drags, trying to work his way to a hold in the forehand. Now gives it back to his defense with Nick Leddy. Shot just missed. Hit Darnell Nurse. Picked up now. And behind the office there of Stuart Skinner. It's busy back there right now. Oilers trying to get this out. Barbashev gets this in deep. Now the Oilers trying to find it with Evander Kane. This could be an opportunity here. This Kari Yamamoto will find RNH. He's got it near the right side face-off dot. He gets canceled off. Connor McDavid has it now near the left side dot. Everybody's standing when McDavid has the puck. Darnell Nurse turns it over to Alexei Tropchenko. Tropchenko, his pass is a little bit too hard. Has it near the right side dot as Tropchenko as he gets it there from Miller. Tropchenko trying to work in between Miller and now McDavid gets it from his own end. Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins will dump this in deep. Here's a chance for Binnington as he plays it from the goal crease now near the right side dot as the Blues look to go left to right. They're going to dump this one in as Robert Thomas gets sandwiched. And now this goes back to Evan Bouchard. Cody Ceci. Ceci, extra breakout pass. Here's McLeod. It's a 2-on-2. Here's a chance for the Oilers near the right circle, but it gets blocked by the Blues and then picked up by RNH. RNH's Falk watch it go by. He hits it with the backhand side, intercepted there by the Oilers. Jordan Binnington, it's right in the catching glove. 7:45 left to go in the third. There's been some stops and starts here, but it's been very interesting in this low-scoring affair. Let's see who takes it. 1-1, 7:45 left between the Oilers and the Blues, unless we have overtime.
These guys, it's known, it's special. Information you already see. More speed, more skill, more than ever before. So when you let visibility there pass you by, or when you say, yeah, I saw it, I was there.
You can be well dressed. You can be well mannered.
Oh, no. Not you.
You can be well groomed. Or even well spoken. But there's just something about being well adventured. Adventure. Discover more. The all-new Subaru Forester Wilderness. Love. It's what makes Subaru Subaru.
Toby Turkey.
Well, the score remains 1-1 here at Enterprise Center. Time for our fourth-game summary. Looking at the shots here, the Blues have really turned it around. 35-24. Chances 17 left for the Oilers. The block shots, look at that. 21 block shots to 6. Blues are sacrificing out here tonight, landing on the line. A lot of really good defensive plays. That's our fourth-game summary.
McKinney, 59 total shots, and we have 2 goals. It has been a goaltender battle tonight.
Yeah, in particular, number 50 with
Picked up now by St. Louis in their own end. We got 7:40 left to go in this third. Here's a chance for the Blues, and this is stopped there by Skinner near the left side of the post. There was a chance for Robert Thomas on a 1-on-2. He liked to take it himself as he was going to get back checked there pretty quickly, and he was able to make the save with Stuart Skinner. So 36 shots to 24 in favor of the Blues. That was some good back checking there by Draisaitl. That was Schenn and Barbashev. Barbashev with the shot there. Excuse me. So this is now an offensive zone draw for the St. Louis Blues. We'll see if they can win and continue to add on to the pressure right now. As it's Ryan O'Reilly against Draisaitl. That is a face-off matchup that you want to watch, but unfortunately Draisaitl is not going to be able to partake in it because he got kicked out of the circle. So it's Ryan O'Reilly against Evander Kane. And Evander Kane, good job to win that one against the St. Louis captain. Ryan O'Reilly is generally one of the best offensive guys that we have in the league. So this is picked up. St. Louis plays this here. Barbashev. Now here's a chance. And between Schenn and Barbashev as that was taken away. Oilers again with a good back check just to knock the body off the puck. Draisaitl. Pass across that got deflected there by Binnington. But this is still live with Edmonton right now. In the offensive zone, Blues trying to break out and get it out of the defensive zone. And that was a big-time hit and a stick loss from one of the St. Louis Blues players. The fans want a penalty. Everybody's up in arms, but they're not going to get one. And now it's going to be ice, so the fans, St. Louis home fans, are not going to like that. I think it was Ryan O'Reilly that got hit in the stick drop. Greg Berube's wondering what the hell is going on. He said, why is there no call? So Ryan O'Reilly, he gets tripped right in front of the players' bench, right in front of the net, and then he also got high sticked. So I guess Ryan Nugent-Hopkins got away with a momentary lapse, and it didn't go against the Oilers right now. So another defensive zone draw win by the St. Louis Blues. But the Oilers will keep this alive. And across the blue line now, Evan Bouchard. Long shot on Binnington, but it didn't hit him. Zach Hyman trying to provide the screen. Kulak wants it. He taps it. Slaps for the slap pass. It's loose. Big save by Binnington. And Schenn will clean up the mess. Schenn gets this one down. Now here's Kulak. Kulak off to the races there with Zach Hyman as he crisscrosses with RNH. RNH off the backhand now. Back to Hyman in behind the opposite Binnington, who's now holding in between the right post as he's keeping that eye. What a feed! Did they score? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins from Zach Hyman. That seemed like that was going to be an impossible pass. And the Oilers take the lead late. 6:16 left to go in the third. We're going to have the chance to see how this actually developed. RNH is going to get the goal. I want to take a second look at it myself. So Kulak with the bomb. This gets deflected. Hyman's on the doorstep. Waits it out as Binnington with an excellent right pad save. But as that continued, it was in behind his office. It was a chance then for RNH to pick it up. A McDavid pass to RNH. So McDavid gets this on the right side, and it gets deflected out of the air. I'm not sure if that's Hyman or Nugent-Hopkins' goal, but it was McDavid with the tertiary assist. Either way, RNH has the goal as it stands right now. It's 2-1 Oilers, and the Blues all of a sudden now have to come back. So the shot goes wide. Stuart Skinner makes the save with the left goal stick, but it's still with the Blues. It was loose in the high slot, trying to be kept alive by the Blues. The refs are going to say this is still on as Simo Bertuzzo kept this alive on the right side blue line. Oilers have it now. Pick it up, and they dump this in. Jordan Binnington lost it momentarily between his skates, but Binnington will calmly play this here to his defense. His defense overskated it here. So Bennington left an easy one, and the defense wasn't ready for it, as Barbashev couldn't locate it with Bertuzzo, and now this goes back as his Pitlick lost it, and now here's a chance for Barry. This goes up into the players' bench. 5:24 left to go in this third period. RNH with the latest goal, Connor McDavid with a beautiful cross pass that gets tipped out of the air. RNH somehow finds it in between Hyman after Bennington made a glorious save. 2-1 Edmonton takes the lead. 5:24 left. Let's finish off the game when we come back.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe. Now, get 1.9% APR on the Santa Fe or lease for just $269 a month. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Tudor Dixon, you said a 14-year-old victim of abuse is a perfect example of why you want to be an abortion.
A 14-year-old who is a victim of abuse by an uncle.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
You want to get an abortion, no exceptions. No exceptions.
Are you from the exemptions for horrific incest?
I am not. And you call the law that criminalizes abortion a good law. A good law? You put nurses and doctors in jail just for doing our job. Tudor Dixon's hardline approach is too dangerous for Michigan.
All right. Not yet, world. Come on, get scared. They're good for your health. So you plan on helping at all? I'll be there in a minute. Get ready. Gotta take out the top. What are we doing? All right. Yes. Who got it? Who's that? Oh, I know who it is. Getting a little help from my little guy. That's my way to play. Nintendo Switch. Nugent Hopkins here in the offensive zone. He takes care of the checking here, and Connor McDavid catches him jumping right past the coverage. What that into the net against St. Louis Blues. That's a tough one. You're looking left, you're looking right. These guys are great at creating the offense, but it just goes to show you that you have to be aware at all times of where these guys are playing.
It also showed you how great Connor McDavid can be with that ball. He's so deep.
Back into the action right now. RNH with the latest goal, assisted by Hyman and Connor McDavid. As we're going to get to about 5 minutes left to go in this third period, and all of a sudden now the Blues are down by 1. They had a really slow start in that first period, but ever since they turned it on, and they have a 36-27 shot advantage, but they need another goal just to get this game tied. So here's a chance now for Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl will play this one ahead to Evander Kane, and this is picked off across the red line now. As Torrey Krug is being absolutely destroyed there by Evander Kane with about 4 different cross checks, and now the Blues will take their time. Evander Kane, he's the one forechecker there, as the Blues can get all their changes. Edmonton let them pretty much do that. They're going to oblige, and this goes down the zone. Ryan O'Reilly picks it up. A big-time one-timer and great setup there from Barbashev to O'Reilly. And that was a one-timer and a great stop by Stuart Skinner. And Stuart Skinner, you might give him one of these stars of the game right now. He's made 36 of 37 saves against the Blues, and he has been a brick wall. So Barbashev, O'Reilly, that was a great-looking one-timer from an awkward angle. Maybe could have even went toward the left side or the right side of the post, but again, that's probably where O'Reilly was trying to aim, but it's always hard to do at full speed. So Trapchenko will play this one. He's going to get it back there. Letty will watch it go all the way back to Jordan Binnington, and now he's going to break out, hopefully left to right across his own end. That's what he's hoping for, at least. Letty gets some speed. He gets all the way in, takes the shot. He just missed the net, so he was going coast to coast there. Shen trying to get around to Vlad Tarasenko. Tarasenko being cut off by the puck. It's Barbashev, too, as well, with Colton Parayko. Parayko now trying to find it near the right side face-off dot. Barbashev also in there as well. Now here's a chance for Connor McDavid to come all the way back and play this one. Long outlet pass between Tyson Barrie. This finds Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, your latest goal scorer. Now Zach Hyman. Now with RNH. RNH gets canceled off the puck. 3:30 left to go in this third. John Underwood from St. Louis, Missouri and Enterprise Center. It's just the Blues' second home game of the season. If they lose, they will fall to 1-1 at home and 3-2 on the season. Edmonton's offsides. So that's going to cancel the play, and it's going to be a neutral zone draw with 3:17 left to go in the third. Thank you for joining me here today on the Twitter Spaces side and on the YouTube side per usual. This has been a good contest in between Edmonton and St. Louis, and again, not a lot of hockey games on tonight. Not a lot of stuff going on that side of it. It was the New York Islanders getting a 3-0 win over the Rangers, and the late game on TNT is going to be the Ducks and the Tampa Bay Lightning, which should already be underway just now. So 3 minutes left to go in our contest. We will see who takes this one. I'm going to have the complete game story to follow once this is done. This is in the defensive zone of the Edmonton Oilers as they get this one down. And Justin Falk, the former Carolina Hurricane, will play this one to Ryan O'Reilly, the former Av. As Torrey Krug, his pass goes a little too far as this is picked up by Alexei Travchenko trying to get around Brett Kulak. Everybody comes together there, and this is a dangerous pass. Puljujärvi gets turned over here. Krug trying to find it now near the right side dot as St. Louis starting to run out of time. We'll see when Greg Berube is going to pull the goaltender. It's 2:30 left to go in this third period of this low-scoring affair. 2-1. Krug has it now, trying to pick it up. Kyrou going to try to get to it again with the help of Krug, and this goes back in through the neutral zone as Nick Leddy will chase and pick this up. Nick Leddy's pass turned over. It's a one-on-one. Fogle needs some help. He's going to take his time there. No rush right now as Edmonton, as they've got the lead. Draisaitl holding off to the forehand. Now the backhand as he gets taken for a ride by Nick Leddy. Now Vlad Tarasenko able to get this out with Jordan Kyrou. It's a chip in there for Robert Thomas, but it finds the giant goal stick there of Stuart Skinner. $1:45 left to go in this third period. John Underwood on the call. It's getting tense, and we're going to see who's going to take it as we get Let's Go Blues chance right now at the Enterprise Center. Watching this game from St. Louis, Missouri on ESPN+. Draisaitl lost it. Picked up now by Schenn. He's going to fire. This one goes just wide as Tarasenko will pick it up. Stick is broken in the middle of the high slot, and Bennington's vacated the goal crease. Blues trying to keep this alive as O'Reilly will chip this down. There is a broken twig near the middle of the right faceoff dot and directly in the slot. We will see if that will cause any chaos. Blues have the net pull right now at the 6-on-5 advantage. They need a goal down one. It's 2-1. Tarasenko near the right side red line. He's going to make a pass here to Torrey Krug as Tarasenko will play catch. He's going to find it for Leddy. What a pass across. And Barbashev couldn't get the stick down. Tarasenko now. Here from Leddy. Schenn trying to find Barbashev. And St. Louis picks it up. Everybody's standing here in the final minutes. St. Louis needs a goal. Tarasenko. Skinner holding on to that right post. It's loose. He makes the save. Tarasenko will recollect near the right side red line. Holding. Trying to find Schenn. Now back for Tarasenko. Tarasenko now for Krug. Tarasenko with it. Tarasenko lets it go. And now the Oilers will collect if they can get this down the zone. Good outlet pass. Here's a chance to ice it. They do. The Edmonton Oilers are going to win this game from a long outlet pass from Leon Draisaitl. And Zach Hyman is going to score the game-winning empty net goal. Well, really not game-winning, but the game solidifying. I'll have to correct myself there. The game-winning goal will probably be for RNH. And we took the 2-1 lead. But that was some good pressure there by the St. Louis Blues between Tarasenko and Schenn. It was close. Stuart Skinner saved it. He held off to the right post. A shot that just bounced off Tarasenko off the backside of Nurse, and then it was a long outlet from Draisaitl to Zach Hyman, the former U of M Wolverine, that was off to the races that finished it off here for the Oilers. So 20 seconds left to go in this third period. It looks like the Oilers are going to give the St. Louis Blues a loss. The St. Louis Blues will fall to 3-2 on the season. The Edmonton Oilers will improve to 4-3. That was a really entertaining contest in a game that was heavily dominated late in that second period and the third, especially by the Blues. But Stuart Skinner, to me, he's going to get one of those stars. He may very well get the first star in this contest. He's been that good. Jordan Bennington might also get a star as well because he only gave up one goal. That was a previous empty net goal. That's going to end the game. The Edmonton Oilers take this one 3-1. So I hope you enjoyed the contest. I may or may not be back tomorrow between the Red Wings and the Bruins, but that will be a 7:15 puck drop. As always, guys, I appreciate it. I will talk to you very soon. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you for the start of the World Series between the Phillies and the Astros on Friday. Peace.
Back in the net. Connor McDavid gave him a pass, but tough one for the Blues. It's swallow those ones when you have such a good effort. Yeah, after the 13th.